Dear Josh, I'm writing you this as a friend. Missing the bond we had back then. Balldo rapping in my head, a parody of Stan, pouring my heart out like a fan. Remember the laughs, the talks we shared, how I wish you were still there. Hope you're doing well, my friend, till we meet again. I hope you make 1 million super chats. And I won't try and obscure all the facts. I just want you to know, as my friend, that I will wear the Balldo for you. Until the bitter end. Peace. Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. That the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
On that go?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience. And their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Yes, among other things. But I must admit that I've been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again, a new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings.
Or better than kings,
gods.
Gods! Good evening, everybody, and welcome to The Midnight Show. It is August 21st, 2024. Better than kings. Gods. Rubbing my hands because we actually, wouldn't you know it, we have a $5 Canadian super chat. Look at that, chat. We're actually making money this stream. Nick Mullen with $5 Canadian. You're the man. Wild Smile, always watching. Or, I've been watching for years, always stoked. Thank you very, 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 very much. Much appreciated, buddy. Happy to always have everyone in chat here to talk about some stupid shit that otherwise I'd be talking to myself in a room. So, figure instead of being a schizophrenic bastard, we'll just go ahead and broadcast that, and suddenly, I'm an entertainer. It's that easy, chat. You see, if you had Wesley Willis, I'm no Wesley Willis, don't get me wrong, but you take Wesley Willis and you put him in a room somewhere where there's no microphone, it's just a schizophrenic man. But as soon as you have a Casio keyboard in front of him, a genius. And again, not to say I'm any sort of Wesley Willis tier genius, but the same concept. Instead of just being a crazy man, or who knows, a man with a Balldo, with a score to settle. Because tonight, that allows me to segue into the topics for tonight. So we had some body cam footage release, and to pop the bubble before it gets going, it's not the Balldo body cam footage. It is the Chris Chan body cam footage from when he was arrested. So we'll take a look at that. And we'll take a look at the updates in the Rekieta house. It appears as though the second house of the Balldo compound has gone up for sale. So we'll take a look at some of the pictures. Which, I can't resist just going into some of it. I'll give you a taste of what I had to say about that. So it looks, on the inside, beautiful house. Lots of lots of land. Hell, for a piece of property like that in California, you'd be paying triple that amount. Right? Beautiful house. And I'm showing it off to my lady. She's like, oh, that is a nice house. That's their second house? Yeah, this is where the human fleshlight is currently residing. You know that because there is the letter A in one of the apartments, in one of the rooms. She goes, yeah, this is very nice. And I go, yeah, and that's the bathroom. And the expression she shot me was just impossible to communicate to you guys. That, look, that's fucking disgusting. There is no way you couldn't there's no way to clean that house. My response to her is, yeah, you could bulldoze that fucker, build a new house there, and I would still be thinking of that bathroom. It looks like straight out of Silent fucking Hill. Like, what kind of decent human being has... Like, I'm sure we all have a few places in our house where we look at it and go, okay, that needs a little bit of work. Okay. But there are a few things where you see it and go, that needs to be taken care of right fucking now. And this dude took a picture of it and went, I'm going to put this up on the internet. Knowing full damn and well everyone was going to look at it and laugh their fucking asses off. So, should be a fun one tonight. And thank you again to Nick Mullen. Your monetary contribution is much appreciated. Can you imagine going over there with a black light? Oh, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't have the balls to do that. Only the Ralpha male would go, I don't give a fuck, and just pull up the biggest black light you've ever seen. Just start shining it everywhere. That would be a lot of that'd be some good content right there. Which right now, Ralph is the one with the potential. He could go like Super Saiyan 4 Gunta male, Ralph and truly bring the content. And of course, I am in no way encouraging this guy to do anything illegal. But what I'm saying is this man is holding the potential for the future of the sector. By that I mean, of course, hosting various hosts on the Kill stream, which I don't even know how you watch that show anymore. I haven't shown the pics just yet. We'll get to that. Would you rather live in the Barbie Dream Mansion, in the Hollywood Hills, or Fort Balldo? Fort Balldo, for sure. The Hollywood Dream Mansion, or the Barbie Dream Mansion, is not what it's cracked up to be. It doesn't live up to the hype. Nah, man. He needs to be doing daily shows with Balldo himself. That's the content I'm talking about. Like, that's what we all want to see. Bring Nick Rekieta to Mexico. Have the show sort of an antithesis of Kino Casino. It'd be great. Kick or Rumble, don't remember which. It seems like that's where everyone's at these days. All right. So for a refresher. Okay. Where do we want to start? I'm going to play this video that we took a look at last time. Pardon me. This is the... I'll just let it play.
Critical says Nick's wife belongs to the internet. We are collectively the virtual Matt from Tinder. I'll tell the internet very clearly and very quickly. One, to the internet, you can't afford Lady Raggeds, and two, you cannot keep her entertained. Sorry. I've met many people of you. You don't even have a fucking chance.
Now, it seems like he's implying there, like, many of you have tried. A lot of people have tried to entertain her, and she just... Nick, you can't entertain anybody, my man. People are having the hardest time A-logging you. Do you know what that's like? At least with Ralph, you always tune in, you get a rah, 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 flipping shit, screaming about how he's the king of the world. You watch Nick Rekieta and you fall the fuck asleep. Anyway.
I barely can.
No, you can't.
You guys don't have a fucking prayer. Good luck.
Peace.
But what we can't ignore, right now, is the fact that Nick's clean. Nick's required to take tests.
Wait, this is the guy that Balldo guards still. What's his name? Camelot. That's the guy's name.
Is like hyper honest with me because we're boys.
That's funny as fuck. Okay. I remember having this clip and needing to go over it. This guy, he's my friend, so he wouldn't lie to me. Good stuff.
He has told me that he has not had a drop of alcohol. He doesn't intend to.
I believe him, Chad.
Like, there's parameters around everything he's going through right now.
This white powdery substance through his nasal cavity while off camera. This is reading like a joke the more you read through it. Your affiant knows. He believes that he snorted it through the nose.
Quote a wise statement from our locals chat. That's the real smart people, folks. The bogus warrant by corrupt cop signed off by vengeful judge.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Well, of a vulnerable target who talks about his improper behavior loudly and vocally and misbehaves on the internet. So it makes him an easy target.
And who's the biggest political critic of the local corruption in that small town.
Oh yeah, right.
But as far as for me, like they I gave a statement willingly because I wanted to call the cop a pussy a whole bunch.
You also wanted to crumple up the warrant they handed you and throw it on the ground like a fucking child.
Sorry, I'm kind of an asshole.
You did call the cop a pussy?
Yeah.
I'm sure he is
yeah,
like
Robert
that.
Barnes. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I don't know more about him, but I've seen a few things.
Believe me, that wasn't going to get me in any worse issue than I was in at the time. So it was like, I said,
I'll let the rest of this play. Somebody, Tree Master Bob, did Lady Rackets leave him? Well, that's been a point of discussion lately because recently Lady Rackets had her omnibus hearing postponed, or not postponed, delayed. It's been set to a continuance. That's what it's called. She's been granted a continuance, and originally, from what I understand, they were originally together. They had the same hearing, and now she has different legal representation and a separate omnibus hearing, which has been postponed or continuanced to another date. So it's starting to look like that could be a possible explanation to what we're seeing unfold before us, especially considering that as of, less than an entire day ago, the second house on the Balldo compound has gone up for sale. So I'll let this play through, and we'll move on to the next step. Because boy, I didn't expect to see Rekieta go full Patrick Tomlinson this early on, but we're there, chat.
Where's your probable cause statement for the warrant? Like they showed me the warrant, which just says they have the warrant to search your house. And I was like, yeah, based on what? And I said, I know your probable cause is bullshit. So show it to me. He's like, oh no, I got it. I got this probable cause. And I'm serious. This is how I was acting. It was funny. He's like, I got your probable cause. I was like, yeah, sure. Where is it then, you pussy? Like, it's bullshit. So that was fun. Having a nice exchange with another citizen.
Deadpool says,
he sounded so tough there, didn't he, guys? He just walked up to that cop who was just shivering, couldn't look him in the eye. And he stood over him because, Nick's a tall guy. And he just looked down at that cop. He said, no, not in my house. Not when you're standing in front of me and my family. But then when he was handed that warrant, he crumpled it up and threw it to the ground. He shook his head. Epically.
Doesn't matter if my home is searched. I don't use drugs, and there's none in my house.
You know what's interesting is that you may not know what's in your house.
Woohoo! That's why you gotta do a spring cleaning.
You may not know what cops bring into your house either.
You think cops brought stuff into your house?
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. Fucking weasel, dude. Like, I understand the premise of avoiding incriminating yourself, but the way he continuously, in casual conversations, you see Rekieta do this all the time. Once you become aware of it, you can't stop seeing it. Or he'll say something or allude to something or what's the word I'm trying to get to? Anyway, he will allude to something, and then when you press him, oh no, I didn't say that. That's not exactly what I said. I didn't use those precise words. Bro, this isn't a fucking courtroom. Not every place is a place where your trickery works. Your trickery doesn't work here. Take your bullshit somewhere the fuck else. This dude acts as if he has pulled the wool on everybody's eyes before, and nobody's called him on their bullshit. It astounds me that this person, having looked like a fool as often as he has over the past year and a half specifically, can still think he can outsmart himself. Because at the end of the day, it isn't the internet that's causing all of this. It isn't internet shit posters, or however you want to put it, or however you want to describe them, live streamers, people like myself, or any of the other channels that are talking about this. It's not us that's caused this, Nick. It is you. You are your own worst enemy. And it's, the whole thing seems strange to me, with how pissed off he is towards Josh and towards everybody else, the whole world just swinging in every direction he can, when it wasn't Josh, it wasn't me that fucked your wife, Nick. Pardon me, I did not mean to disrespect Kayla like that. It wasn't me who fucked our wife, Nick. It was Aaron. Aaron fucking smashed that pussy. And you haven't said shit about it. You haven't gone on to the fucking kill stream and called him a bitch to face you at IRL or IBS style, hollering and screaming just like the good old days. No, he doesn't say shit. But damn it, if this guy doesn't blow up Josh Moon on Twitter or on every platform he can. Let me switch over to the other overlay here. Rekieta Law, when Noel says he'll block you for his mental health, but he misses you. And he sends this screenshot from, I think it's Signal, which I believe is an encrypted messaging app. I could be wrong. This could be like Discord or something like that. But Nick, Josh didn't fuck our wife. I didn't fuck our wife. Kiwi Farms did not fuck our wife. Aaron did. And Aaron is sitting there. He's made... I don't know if you could call it a living. Dude should go get a job at fucking Staples. He'd make more money. He does his little begathon every day, but with the attempted monetization of this entire trash fire. He doesn't seem pissed off at Aaron in the Steel Toe Morning Show, which is fucking unlistenable. I cannot decide between the two of them, between a Rekieta Law stream and a Steel Toe Morning Show, which one is more difficult to sit through. I tried to watch an Aaron stream earlier, and I didn't last more than 20 minutes. And I was cleaning my fucking house. I had to turn it off and listen to nothing. It was that bad. And to think that this dude streams like 10 hours a day some days. I forget how often he streams, but it's a lot. It's too much. I mean, shit, if you're going to stream that much, at least create content. Literally who? It's a fellow named Aaron Imholt. Aaron Imholt, who is the host for a show called Steel Toe Morning Show. I hadn't heard about these people until the Rekietas started swinging with them. They became a polyamorous couple called, and then Kayla had made a nice affectionate name for them called The Cover, Quover. So it's been a whole thing, and like I said, I didn't fuck our wife. Josh didn't fuck our wife. Kiwi Farms didn't fuck our wife. Aaron did. And he's dancing and dancing on the Rekieta metaphorical grave, the grave that is his online career, every single day, sending out detail after detail, things that make him look bad too. And Balldo still seems to act in ways that are constantly against his own interests. So, where are we at with Rekieta? Besides the house going up for sale, his defense to his attempt to get the warrant thrown out on the basis that April was read her Miranda rights, and she continued to talk afterwards. Now, he says that the cops asked her questions, and apparently the police aren't allowed to ask questions after they make the statement that she wants to have her lawyer present. You know what would clear all of this up, Nick? The fucking body cam footage. Yeah, I might have pounded the table a little bit. What is Rekieta even famous for? Well, he got his rise to internet fame from covering internet trials, covering trials on the internet, specifically the Johnny Depp trial, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And now that there is a public interest in seeing his trial, because there's so much interest, there's interest because there's interest. There has been so much going on with this that it has attracted people from across the internet that want to see how this plays out, especially because there are children who are allegedly being neglected involved. It attracts a larger audience of people who want to see the story come to a conclusion. So there is a high demand of people there's a high demand for not only the broadcasting of the trial itself, but also the body cam footage. Now, people have pointed out that Rekieta is a massive fucking hypocrite because he made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of covering the Johnny Depp trial and the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and others. And now that it is himself that is being placed in that position of public interest, suddenly the rules should be changed. So we'll take a look at some of other people talking about that, but I want to get into some of this Twitter bullshit, because Rekieta's lost his fucking mind even more. So here we have this exchange between Rekieta and Josh Moon. Now, the last I heard between these two individuals, there was a Twitter DM leak. We did a stream about it between Nick Rekieta and Josh Moon, where Nick had shown his DMs that Josh and him had on Twitter, and it just makes Nick look worse. And he's saying, I was clearing the record, or I was trying to show you that Josh was full of shit, but it actually made him look worse and Josh look better, because what was being shown was mostly what Josh had said. Josh had just put it in a more concise manner. So after even stating, Josh had come out and said, stop fucking texting me. Please leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to hear from you anymore. If you want to get my attention, post on the forum. Nick still continues to message him. And he has this to say. Someone... Hold on, I'm going to do a Balldo voice. Someone has literally no idea what stage of the case he's at and literally doesn't understand the issue or the legal reasoning. Also, you didn't block me. Oh no, Kiwi bros. Peace. Josh responds, as I've stated, I have nothing to gain from talking to you, and you were actively hostile towards me. I will no longer respond to you, and I will not post messages on your behalf. If you want to write me so that I can read your messages and champion that as a big win, go for it. So as we had started the stream with, this was just too appropriate. The Stan edit. Dear Josh, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Like, what is these guys? Just get a little too into the Kiwi Farms. And before we get into all of the Rekieta, all of his recent posts, I wanted to share with you guys this screenshot here. I took this screenshot several months ago. It was man, I'm trying to think of how long ago this was precisely, but I want to say this was maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Now, I'm unfamiliar with Eric July. I'm not a fan of his. I don't give a fuck about Comicsgate, or any of this shit, but I randomly get roped into this universe through Dick Masterson or Nick Rekieta or whoever else, just pissing and moaning about Eric July. And not in a way where there's a way of making jokes, kind of like, oh, this is genuinely funny for me, like myself with Rekieta, right? I've been following this story. I find it very interesting, so I can't help but continue to be pulled in week after week. But when there's just a guy who, in the period of a week, has just screamed, Eric July this, Eric July that, Eric July, Eric July, Eric July. It was a level of obvious obsession and jealousy that even normal people I would show. Be like, hey, look at this. See these few tweets? Pretty crazy, right? Double tapped and it zooms out, and the look on the way their eyes would... I go, yeah, all of these posts are from 1 week. And every time I see this tiny-faced man who's so goddamn shiny. Before we get into the Rekieta stuff, we might have to try and sit through a Dick Masterson and Nick Rekieta cope session a little bit later on. I brought up this clip, and now I can't quite remember why. Oh, yes. This is Juju's third-hand recollection of what's going on with Rekieta as he explains to Sean his understanding of things. And, yeah, here we go. I know Juju the Cow is probably the least entertaining person in the sector. He's the absolute fucking worst. So maybe we can turn up the playback speed. Fuck, yeah, let's go.
Offends me that anybody would listen to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's...
Nick Rekieta got his kids back.
Did he?
In other news, yeah.
Did he?
So it turns out all of that was for nothing.
Well, like I was
right.
I haven't watched him or anything like that. Isn't there some stipulation of like is it like random drug tests or something like that? And are his parents moving into his house?
What?
What
have you been? Are you watching the Kino Casino?
No.
What? I haven't heard any of this before. He's asking fucking questions. And I love how he just gets mad when his co-host chimes in.
Nothing.
Well, like I haven't...
I was right.
I haven't watched...
No, you weren't. You're never right, Juju. You lie to yourself and then tell yourself you were right.
Watched him or anything like that? Isn't there some stipulation of like is it like random drug tests or something like that? And are his parents moving into his house?
What?
What
have you been? Are you watching the Kino Casino?
No. That was just a blurb that I saw.
I love how he had to like chuckle and smile to himself and take a sip. Like, oh, that was such a good one. What have you been watching, Kino Casino? Yeah, that was a good one. Let me take a cope sip. God, what a fucking faggot.
And I don't know how I even like linked to it because I haven't really kept up on it.
He has to do random drug tests.
I
think he's doing it voluntarily. Like sometimes you do that for your criminal trial, which is on Wednesday.
No, but
which is on Wednesday.
My point is him getting his kids back contingent upon certain things like his, because like what they'll do sometimes is they'll be what disturbs the kids the least. Like can they grow up in their home environment? Do they go to the same school? Do they see their same friends?
I'm gonna dispel all
somebody
those.
said something that like the parents were moving into their house, and
that was a lie.
That was why he
that was the devil
got
speaking
it.
to you,
so,
lying.
Yes, please give me the information.
What happened was all that church shit about the kids are starving, their clothes are no good, and all that crap.
That seems bizarre to me. That
all that crap was ignored totally. Discount, not done anything. The only reason the kids got picked up is because they found cocaine in the house, or they say they found cocaine in the house, and then it's mandatory CPS intervention.
Well, I could retard.
That's totally wrong, Dick. You got this so wrong. I wonder if he even read. And I love the expression on his face. It's a perfect pause game. And Sean is sitting there going, "Holy fuck! Maybe I should go get a job somewhere else. Like this isn't worth it, man." God, I can't even imagine. I have to say, and why is he so shiny? Like, look at his forehead. Like, if you were gonna put yourself in front of a camera, set up lighting and everything, sit in front of it, look at the camera, and go, "Wow, I shine. I look like a greasy bastard. Maybe I should go take a shower."
I
could see that.
You could see it though.
I could see that.
People just hate.
Well, that
hate
would be
drugs.
They
Fucking hate drugs that they're told are illegal. So like, we got to come in there and take these. That was the only reason. And then all the interviews, all the kids said, "Yeah, we don't know. We never seen anything. We never seen no." They know what it is.
They talked to the
first
kids?
time they did the Trump. This is the first time you're telling me right now that I'm seeing this. Yeah. So they said, "Okay, yeah, there's no danger to the kids. Nothing's happening." So all that shit, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yes, get loud.
I don't think
Get
people
loud,
take it that
Dick.
way though. I think they're still going to be upset that they.
Loud is funnier than whatever the fuck you're doing right now. That's for sure. The samurai bun, right? For a guy, I'm not sure if you know this, but it's one of the like classic, like good Dick Masterson jokes. He tells people to do a push-up. Yeah, look at this avatar of masculinity right here. Just look at him with that man bun. Yeah, go do a push-up. Tough break, kid. I'm just a solid brick of muscle. I bring you guys back to this. Would a man do this? Would a human being with testicles? Just saying. Just saying, chat.
They had a measly ounce of coke in the house, or
Well,
whatever,
yeah.
or whatever it was. I don't know.
Sure.
But his trial's Wednesday. It's bringing out all the freaks.
That quick.
Yeah.
Amazing.
His
trial. Now, what trial
a
is
convicted
this?
pedophile from Kiwi Farms.
A criminal trial.
Yeah, this is the big one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. So one of his cope defenses is that a random person on Kiwi Farms had I don't know if registered's the right word, but they had declared themselves a voluntary reporter for Kiwi Farms, and this person has already been banned as far as I know. But more importantly, I don't know if they've been banned from Rekieta's locals, which they are also a member of. Huh. Strange. Man, this dude is such an insufferable cunt.
For what? For the
possession.
drugs? Yeah. Yeah, huh. Okay.
It's bringing out all the freaks and degenerates. Ralph's flying out to Minneapolis or wherever it is, Minnesota.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What, to cover it?
To
Yeah,
cover
that's
it.
yeah.
The freaks are going to be there because they hate Nick, and Ralph's going to be there taking pictures of the freaks.
Yeah.
They hate it. They don't want
Right.
their picture out there.
Yeah, right. Who's
So
who's
Ralph's going to be doing counter spying.
Who's all the freaks who are?
Well, the one who's responsible for getting Nick's body cam footage denied. They were Null and Kiwi Farms was trying to get the body cam footage from Nick's arrest, so they could like see his house and make fun of him and stuff.
That makes sense.
That was not a coherent sentence, or was that just me? I'm going to go ahead and rewind a little bit, but that made no sense. And by the way, Nick, or G, fuck, whatever your fucking name is, there shouldn't be any cocaine in that house, let alone a fucking ounce. There are kids that live there, you absolute mongoloid.
They don't want their picture out there.
Yeah, right. Who's
So
who's
Ralph's
all,
going to be doing counter spying.
who's all the freaks who are?
Well, the one who's responsible for getting Nick's body cam footage denied. They were Null and Kiwi Farms was trying to get the body cam footage from Nick's arrest, so they could like see his house and make fun of him and stuff.
That makes sense.
The guy who requested it was a convicted pedophile.
Oh.
Can you believe that?
That was such a genuine laugh, guys. Have you ever heard it's such a genuine laugh from a human being? Barbie's dream mansion indeed. God damn, that's some serious high tier jolly acking chat. You can't write comedy that good. Oh man. But he's also a member of Rekieta's Locals. So he's a fan of Rekieta's. Imagine that.
Sometimes you have to send the correct person for the correct job.
That's the best guy they had.
Oh yeah, there it is again. Because these guys have it through their head that everybody that disagrees with them is like hive mind. There's never, it's not that thousands of people just think you're a fucking faggot, dude. It's not that.
You got a convicted pedophile in there? Wow. What was the second guy? Should I look?
Yeah, you're right. You know, somebody who just makes an account somewhere, everyone should know all of their, I mean, look, I'm not meaning to, what would you even call it? Pizza guard? I'm not necessarily pizza guarding for Josh or Kiwi Farms, but the level of disingenuousness going on with this fucking asshole. Like, oh man, this guy who signed up to your website and then declared himself a reporter for the website is a convicted pedophile. Well, guess what? He's also a member of your community, dick nose. Pizza guard. All right, we only got a few more minutes of this chat, but it's admittedly like torture. Like, this is probably how the Ukrainian government tortured Coach Red Pill to death.
I seen there's a list of you guys that applied for this footage.
Huh.
Should I look at the second one? Do I need to look? I don't know.
Is it some
How
kind
many
of
convicted pedophiles versus just pedophiles are on the list?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, see, that's been the crux of everything they've had to say against people who think that they suck. Oh, everyone who is against us is a pedo. Hi, Juju, your fucking co-host has admitted to being a pedophile on Twitter. What kind of projection is this shit?
So is that something? Is that like some kind of like, I don't know, I'm using the wrong term, but like Freedom of Information Act?
Yeah,
or
it's something like
where
that. But I don't
do
think
that?
I don't think they do that.
Are people? I
Minneapolis.
heard something about like people are like expecting Nick to release it. Like,
why the fuck would he do that?
Well, that was I just heard. I go. Yeah.
To justify his fucking argument. I don't know. Could be something because he was saying April. It's part of his legal argument that the police officer was questioning April after she demanded to talk to a lawyer. So the body cam footage would clear that right the fuck up. Oh, I forgot about Digibro. That's right. Digibro, too. Ack. Man, he's having so much fun on the internet. Look at him. Look at Juju the cow is just having a blast. None of this bothers him. Same with, they don't read Kiwi Farms every day. I mean, all of us in the fucking sector read Kiwi Farms.
You know, if I want answers, I really should look into
Put
this.
pictures of my dick on the internet too.
Well, my thought is just like, why would you give a bunch of bad?
Juju, no, you haven't, because it's obviously very small based on the way you fucking present yourself on the internet. The obvious overcompensation, like calling yourself Dick Masterson. He's wearing a shirt that says "Legalize gains, bro," because he's so alpha male. This guy clearly has a small penis. You could just tell. He's got that alpha male energy.
That's to hit you with. Like,
yeah, why?
I see no advantage
Well, he's a free speech. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Hey, pedophiles, here's my kids. Here's some video of my kids. No thanks.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would do that.
Like,
So I don't know if it could all be over on Wednesday. If the nightmare could be over on Wednesday, but he has his kids back in their house. They've been gone for a month. Could you imagine being?
I thought it was longer.
Maybe it has. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it has been. Can you imagine being out away? Can you imagine spending that much time at grandma and grandpa's house when you're a kid? I would fucking. I would.
Well, that's
throw a fucking fit if I was a teenager.
Yeah. So
You
there's
have to put me in the ground to keep me away.
there's
from
no
my
stipulation that like his parents are coming in to
No,
supervise or anything.
No.
Oh, all right.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, that's
nothing
just
about that.
People
Oh, well,
say
you seemed pretty confident about that earlier, Juju. Now suddenly the outrage is all gone. Yeah, that's a good point, SMG. How many lives has Juju ruined? You'll notice that everyone who calls him a friend gets bad luck. So yeah, if you just scroll on his Twitter, Juju's, he's just in a constant, perpetual state of seethe and cope. All right, we got 15 more seconds. Let's let this play out. There is a chance that he'll say something batshit insane.
All kinds of shit, and
They just make shit up.
I stand by
People say I'm an
none of it
alcoholic.
that I
It's
haven't
crazy.
dug in and tried to figure it out myself. So it's just like you hear all kinds of.
We've got
all kinds of shit.
Big Maddox news as well.
Oh, no one gives a shit. This dude is still talking about Maddox. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I get that I've been talking about some of these personalities for a few fucking years, but they're out there hollering, wearing kid diddler hats, and screaming about fucking Jim's driveway and shit. Hasn't Maddox basically fucked off as far as I can tell? Like, I'm doing another stream on Nick Rekieta, man, so I can't sit here and talk about how beating a dead horse is just a bridge too far. But for fuck's sake, man. Maddox still? Yeah, at least the irony doesn't escape me. I mean, yeah, I get the fact that I've talked about these assholes quite a bit, but sometimes I look back and just go, dude, you're still talking about Maddox? Like, how long has it been? The casino's gonna have Maddox on soon. Interesting. Like, imagine being prom king when you're 40. That stream is still pure Kino. I went back and watched that stream not too long ago. The one where Dax is screaming beat red into the microphone about being the fucking prom king. It's just pure gold. Alright, we gotta switch over to the Twitter overlay. Now we're jumping ahead a little bit. The Chris Chan footage, which I'm sure everybody's watched already. Here we go. Rekieta's official Twitter. So let's see here. Okay. So they've been going back and forth with Cognitive Thought. If any of you are unfamiliar, let's just say he's another sector-adjacent streamer. He's the guy that went to Portugal with a friend of his and had his friend beat up Ralph. All right. So we should be... Hey, Dick. This is from Cog. Hey, Dick, why don't you have a conversation with me and I'll explain how you're wrong? Or is having me literally show how dense you are based on the bias you have for Nick too embarrassing for you? Take your time, shoutly. That reads just like Cog. Rekieta says, Cog, you're missing so much about what matters here because, like everyone, you're arguing the wrong thing. Cog says again, maybe in response, maybe not. I don't give a shit enough to click on it. Nick's legal defense is to claim an unedited version of his stream is edited. Okay, so I think this is probably about the better time to explain why he's arguing with Cog right now. So in Nick Rekieta's motion to dismiss the warrant, I believe I'm right about what that is. So correct me if I'm wrong. But the motion to dismiss the warrant, the search warrant, mentions that the police officer who watched the Coke stream watched an edited version of the Coke stream. Here, let me go find it real quick. It's on Backwards Internet, an alternative channel of Cogs. Now, this altered version of the Coke stream exists because Balldo had decided to remove it from his own channel Thank you. Just be another second here, chat. Now, because this was an alternative or an alternate version of the stream and it had been altered, well, it turns out that the change was simply a watermark in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. I'm not seeing this. Yeah, maybe it had been taken down? All right, I feel tempted to watch the Ethan Ralph Hollers about Eric July video. It's only a minute 42. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Yeah, it's not.
Did show producer Riley arrested in Dallas, Texas for standing outside of the Rippaverse event and filming from the outside the event on the fucking sidewalk. He was arrested for stalking, allegedly. Outside this fucking event, full of E-celebs, full of conning cocksuckers. Alex Stein right at the top of the list, but there were many others in there who could have stood up and said something. And said, you know what? Let the motherfucker in. You know, it's his home turf. Dallas is where Eric July is from. Rippaverse, the fucking shitverse, in my opinion. But I don't give a fuck about comics.
I just wanted to hear that part. Rippaverse? More like shitverse, if you want to know the truth. Fucking nailed it, buddy. He's still got it, chat. He's still fucking got it. So, the fact that Rekieta claims the police officer saw an edited version of his stream means that the warrant needs to be thrown the fuck out. That's what he alleges. Oh yeah, it's like Cog had his friend beat up Ralph and he acts like he did it. Yeah, I've always found that to be particularly amusing. Yeah, let's go, Ralph Mail. Indeed. It looks like a lot of this channel is just trying to clickbait sector stuff. Oh no, most of the content's gone. Never mind. All right. Well, I was gonna talk a bunch of shit, but it looks like I was wrong. All right, from here. Okay, let's get back to the Twitter replies, because these read just like Patrick Tomlinson. Some of them anyway. Wrong. You don't understand the issue. Got him. But everything in Nick's defense about the issues with a warrant don't apply. He also admits he hid the evidence, meaning he deleted the original video, which is why the police had to watch people assume had to watch an older version of the stream. I wonder, do we know, maybe did the police officer or somebody involved see the stream happen live? I mean, hell, I did. I saw his ass completely wasted with a white powdery substance on his nose. Oddly enough, there was a white powdery substance found in his house. Huh. He didn't know it was there, though. Just so you guys know, he, as he alleged with the Chrissy Meyer stream, he doesn't. Maybe somebody else brought it there. He doesn't even know how it got there. He did have a white powdery substance on his nose as he was fucked up out of his mind talking about the judge or the previous judge from his current case leaking, what was it, vodka out of her vagina? Once again, all of the complaining of the church people accounted to nothing. This story is so much less than what people think. The issue is that you weren't faithful to your wife and didn't properly care for your children. You became a drug-addicted alcoholic and still haven't repented. None of that is an element of my criminal trial. Cog says to him, dude, your whole thing is to throw everything at a wall to see what sticks to hope to get the warrant thrown out. I mean, I would agree to that. It's not hard to see your 101 game plan. It just doesn't make you honest about the situation. He responds, epically, I might add. Not even close. So Dick Masterson here, Juju the cow man who dresses as a cow as his girlfriend fucks him in the ass, had this to say. Lol, so the cops based their search warrant on COG's re-upload of Rekieta's drunk stream? Might as well have based it on AI. He gonna walk for sure. Is the re-upload... like, they're being so fucking disingenuous and dishonest here, and just trying to play it off like everyone can't see what they're doing. They're not very clever. They're not nearly as clever as they think they are. And that's what makes it funny. We can pretty much assume that this is going to keep rolling on down the line. All right, from there, I want to show the pictures. Well, I mean, you guys saw it in the thumbnail. That was his bathroom. Absolutely disgusting. Here we have some of this epic comedy. Noel's fat and can't do a single push-up. Hell yeah, bro.
Habit forming, if you want to do the activity, the habit assists you, but you have to have a coexisting desire.
Yeah, it's like an arbitrary goal.
Yeah, it's not a compulsion. So like they do this, and for a while you're like, oh, this is great. Koof says Null admitted to being unable to do one push-up.
I'm gonna rewind it.
No, he didn't. That's not true. I refuse to believe that that's true.
That's very funny.
Even with your knees
He was
down,
always going like, I don't understand why Dick says it's that. I don't know why he's making it a big deal that I can't do a push-up. So what if I can't do a push-up?
Okay, credit where it's due. That's a pretty decent Josh impression. I'm gonna rewind that. That's the funniest Dick has ever been since the Dr. Phil appearance. Intentionally,
making it a
anyway.
big deal that I can't do a push-up. So what if I can't do a push-up?
He was so satisfied with himself, like he knows he fucking nailed it.
That doesn't work either. That doesn't mean I'm any less of a man.
No, you're trying too hard. Just push the earth
Broke Dick
down.
Farms. Oh yeah, Broke Dick Farms.
Mm-hmm. Do roll-ups. Just do roll-ups. Pick your ankles up off the ground. Use that back. I know you got big back muscles, and do a roll-up like that. You know.
I have seen like really exceptionally fat dudes that can't do like they legit because they're not going to push up 450 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Like that's. I mean, if they could, they'd be beefy as fuck, but they can't.
Yeah.
I get it, but like the last picture I saw in Null, he just looked doughy. Like not that. I mean, he didn't look morbidly obese like that fat.
Yeah, but his arms have got to be like twizzle sticks, you know?
You see what I mean, chat? You see what I mean? I'm impressed. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of professional comedy going on. Like, how about you do a push-up, Dick? I'd like to see that. How about you do a push-up to own the fucking haters on Karen Farms? The broke dick haters on Karen Farms. These two looking like, commenting on people's looks is a bit something, or is ironic, I would agree. Like, look at how shiny they both are. They both look like they've been sitting in the sun all day and should probably shower before they put themselves in front of a camera. But hey, they're the ones that are sitting here epically owning the entire internet right now. They got that coke shine going on. Dick's kind of jacked. I mean, he's not out of shape. I'll say that much. I mean, he looks like a regular person. Own us. Own the haters on Karen Farms, Dick. You need to do some weights on stream. Lift some weights. So, based on how much I see this guy seethe on the internet about Eric July, he has to just go back and forth between like doing 10 push-ups and then epically owning the haters on Twitter. Let's see here. Bear with me for just a second, chat. Jesus. This man's entire identity. It's like it's almost like it's self-aware. Yeah, let's beat Maddox into the ground some more, for fuck's sake. Hey, I was about to say, I'm actually kind of surprised. There's like 3 tweets in and he's not talking about Eric July, and boom, there we have it right there. Still going on and on about fucking Eric July. Okay. Applicant's assertion that he was able to review the video. Applicant reviewed the edited version. Yeah. Ugh. All of this attempt at trickery is just frustrating because it's as if you're talking to somebody that knows they're full of shit and they know that you know they're full of shit. Let's see. We'll continue forward here. Now, I got a link or two. We have Aaron Imholt spurging out about a napkin holder. That was pretty funny. Let's switch over to Twitter. Or to Twitter, to the YouTube overlay. Well, chat, do any of you guys need a boost in your self-esteem? Think maybe you don't take care of your house all that well. Thinking to yourself, you know, I really need to do some work in here. I feel I'm behind. Well, guess what? Boom, there you have it. That's the bathroom in the Balldo bunker, or a bathroom in the Balldo bunker. Look at this. And I mentioned this earlier on stream, but I showed my girlfriend the house that was up for sale. Like, oh, look at how beautiful this house is and the piece of property. And she agreed. And then I showed her, and that's their bathroom. And the look of sour, like she just ate something incredibly sour. That's fucking disgusting. I know, babe. I know. That's Rekieta's house. Oh man, that's Rekieta's house. This dude, he can afford all that cocaine and all the can't afford anything else besides SpaghettiOs and some Lunchables for his kids. But damn it if he doesn't have his coke habit nailed down. Yeah. Nightrem 10 donated $5 through Super Chat. What is this faggot? It's obsession with the Black Man comic. I know the lore, but holy moly. No, for real? Thank you very much for the $5. Much appreciated, bro. That's what sucked me back into the sector, was the strange obsession they had with Eric July, who is basically not interacted, not indulged them at all. He's off doing his own thing, doing his comic books. And Dick Masterson, Nick Rekieta, and Ethan Van Sciver have been oddly fascinated with following every little thing this guy does. There's a clip actually we might watch a little bit later from the Trash Cast where he was talking about how he wants to sue Eric July, or he would sue him, or some bullshit like that. We'll watch the clip later. But yes, this bathroom is so fucking disgusting. Like, you could give this house to me for free, and I'd say I'm good. I'll go rent something, live in my car. I'm not sure if it's Zillow, but it's one of those property. Hold on, I could actually find out, but I'm going to take that off screen real quick. just go ahead and bring up some of these pictures. Okay, so it doesn't say what place or what website they have these pictures on. But it's like Zillow or one of those websites. Let's go ahead and show you guys. It's one picture. We'll just go through these here. Okay, it is Zillow. Why post it? For him, I can't imagine why he would take these pictures and then upload them knowing he was about to get roasted this hard. I mean, not that everyone would care. I mean, most people would just say, fuck it, who gives a shit what people are saying on an internet forum. But he's very engaged. Like, this is all he cares about right now is his little internet fight with Josh Moon, which I have to reiterate. Josh Moon didn't fuck our wife, okay? Aaron Imholt did, and he seems to not give a fuck about Aaron Imholt. He's out there trying to own the Karen Farms. Karen Farms didn't fuck your wife, bro. Our wife, excuse me. I don't want to disrespect who is seemingly a nice lady. Couldn't even say that with a straight face. Here we go. Nice house here. And this picture of the bathroom that I had shown you isn't on the Zillow page. But if you go on the 3D tour, you can see that. You can see this bathroom sink, which is also atrocious. I mean, it looks like he's gotten April to move out besides that A in the bedroom there. And we'll continue on through here. And we have a few more. Little bit of Johnny Walker and some wine. A tumbler that Nick has. Nose before hose. We have a few more things here. And this last one. There you have it. All right. And then one more post here to go through. Got some clothes, and these are from the 3D tour again. Now, somebody from the farms had, they've done a little bit of research on one of the things featured. I think it's this bottle on the left, which is used to treat smelly vaginas. So, well done, April. Really representing yourself out there among women with disgusting pussies. Then, of course, we have this one. It looks so bad. Night Room 10 with $5. If Rekieta gets his kids back, there will be a shining arc. And unfortunately, Eric July will meet his end via a sharpened sex device. Oh, man. Somehow there's going to be a St. Andrew's cross that plays into all of it. Thank you for the $5, by the way. And then some hats, because as we know, Nick Rekieta has a Balldo receding hairline. At least it looks like a cracked in. Yeah, supposedly he has the kids back. He hasn't really talked about it much beyond just trying to own the haters and mention it on stream so he could gloat. Beyond that, you couldn't tell. That can't be real. That was my impression as well, but apparently they're totally 100% real. Alright, so... I think I was looking for one in particular. Bear with me just a second, chat. No, it must be a different one. Okay, I don't want to hunt this one down. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and move on. Besides seeing if there is an update in the thread. But we'll move on after this to the Chris Chan segment. Or either that or the EVS segment. Or I can do polls now. I like this. I think it's... I think I know what you guys would rather watch. But I'll give you guys the option. There you go. And from what I understand, I haven't been... Oh, man, yeah, since I started this live stream, we've gotten like 5 new pages. So there has been some sort of update. But I believe the hair follicle test had its results show back up today. EVS is a snoozer. That he is. I was trying to sit through these videos of Dick and Nick talking, and it was rough. It was rough. I think I know the clip that I'm looking for. So last time, damn, it's a close call. I'm not voting out of protest. I think the lab results from the drugs came back, not the hair test. Okay, thank you for clarifying. I knew it was something like that. I want to say it was the last few days. Is it really this one? Could have sworn it was more recent than this. Bear with me just a second, chat. I would appreciate it. Yeah, that's the one. Damn, EVS, you barely won. You barely won. Alright, so this video is on Alyssa Clips Trashcast. Did Eric July fuck over Mike Barron? I don't know who Mike Barron is, but this is more on the topic of Eric July living rent-free in these motherfuckers' heads, despite him not interacting with them at all. Like, it would be one thing if you had a back and forth. Oh man, Chris Chan's sitting at 56. Ooh, it's a close call, chat. Looks like 1 or 2 people could swing it either way. No pun intended. All right. Looks like Chris is at 60%. Let's fucking go. He truly is the champion this year. This is about 20 minutes long, 18 minutes, 12 seconds. Let's turn up the playback speed a little bit. Hit those closed captions. And let's go ahead and get started.
there anybody else in the room? Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you can't tangibly see them. Don't. Follower. Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this.
It's real. Oh my God, what is this?
I am Christian Sanchu, your goddess blue heart. Okay, it's happening now. We're on the very last thread.
What?
So, this is an amusing video to watch. I've already watched it. And I wanted to comment on the fact that a heavily autistic man talking about interdimensional demons, when they met him, they were like, okay, whatever, we've dealt with people like you before. And he goes, hey, by the way, I'm famous and infamous on the internet. There might be some crazy people that show up. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Like, not surprised by that comment or the crazy shit that Chris was talking about. But then they see the fucking Ralph email and immediately go, the fuck is that? Dudes, no, come over here. What the fuck is that? And they immediately go into full worry, like, into full concern mode. Never forget this dream made Ralph so happy he got his horse pregnant. And it's funny you should say that, because I have the other side of things right here. It's about 5 minutes long. Let's go ahead and pop this one on.
Oh shit.
That's right.
Oh my God. They're arresting her.
Ralph used the proper pronoun.
Yeah, they're arresting Christian here at the hotel. Christian, what's up? Kill stream, baby. When you get out, let's do the kill stream. Look me up. Once the charges drop, tell them about Joshua Connor Moon. Tell them all about Josh Moon. That's who they want. Give it up, Christian. Give them up. Save yourself, girl. Magic will help you. You're beautiful. Look up, eat the Ralph, kill stream. I live here in Richmond, buddy. Go to church. No, come to the kill stream first. Yeah! What kind of shit is this?
Kill stream, baby.
Shit. Oh my God! Thank you. Christian Western Chandler, right here. Oh shit! Oh, you better hurry, Jesse. You're missing out. Oh.
He's running a little bit. I'm not sure. That must be on this video's end. Because I was looking around pretty hard, worried that the fucking stream just crashed. Like, what the hell is that? $2 from NightRem10. We're soyed hogs now, bish. We're soy-fed hogs now, bish. Sweet. Thank you for the $2, bro.
Hey, officers. How's it going?
Good, I just saw you.
Yeah, that's right. That's you. Oh my God.
Sorry about that, guys.
I told you.
Is the car alive?
I am good.
Is the car alive? You are.
I think so.
Really are.
Yeah, you appear to be compliant.
Your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with quick will in my side shoes and road shoes and everybody.
Yeah, you're live to about 3,000 people right now, Christian.
How do you plead?
Well, don't. You're taking everything in stride. You said you're doing good?
Yeah, I keep it good faith. Everything is going to work out.
Doing good, feeling good?
Well,
how's the last few days been? I know it's been pretty stressful.
It's been stressful, but I've taken it one moment at a time, and I got my loves.
Do you
Well,
feel
that's
like
good.
Josh Moon did you dirty?
Oh, yeah. Just one thing. That's a kid. Feel free. Just go ahead and take it. That's a picture of muffins for my little pony.
The love quest is over, Chris.
I promise not. I was not going to use that muffin at all. It fell off my.
Sorry, I was muted. Look at how annoyed this cop on the right of the screen on Chris Chan's left. He's so fucking pissed. He's like, come on, can we just finish this shit? I want to go home.
What's up, Jesse? Boy, we almost missed it, huh?
Christine, this man does want to help you.
Yeah, we were trying to get you on the show, but look, when you get out, look me up, Killstream. I don't know if you know who I am or not.
We're here to help you.
We saw what Josh was doing to you, so we wanted to come try to talk to you.
Christine, is the merge coming?
All right.
It's happening now. We're on the very
The
last
merge,
thread.
it's happening right now, isn't it?
Right now, it is.
We're living it.
It's happening right now.
Farewell, Chris Chan.
The dimensional merge is happening right now. August 1st.
Well, there goes Chris Chan into the Henrico County deputy's car here. I don't think they've had an arrest like this.
No, I don't think so.
We just got here too.
This is like the first time that no one's filming the police. Which one of you wanted to ask questions?
Oh, she answered.
Okay.
All right, so this one's
Please
about
do
done.
take good care of her. She is like a good person.
Treat everybody the same, man. All right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you, officers. I appreciate y'all taking enough time for me.
I was gonna do a Ralph impression, but I don't think I got it in me. Sorry, officers. Yeah, I don't have it in me right now. We love our law enforcement officers. Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Absolute crap.
What began as a routine arrest on August 1st, 2021 in Henrico, Virginia, quickly spiraled into a surprising spectacle in the parking lot of a Regency Inn hotel. The focus of the unexpected attention was internet personality known as Chris Chan. This never-before-seen footage was obtained and first released by Iwu and reveals a behind-the-scenes look at the day that took thousands of online observers by storm.
What the heck is going on right now? It's the most wild call for service I've ever been on.
As officers with the Henrico County Police Department cautiously approached the second-floor hotel room, they prepared themselves.
I just love how the police were more, like, taken aback by Ethan fucking Ralph than they were Chris Chan. Like, they ran into Chris Chan, like, okay, yeah, go ahead. Oh, interdimensional demons, that's okay. And then Ralph shows up, yeah, Chris Chan, what's up? Woo, sweet. And they are immediately, bro, what the fuck is this? And concerned, like, they're thinking to themselves, I don't know how to deal with this. They didn't teach me how to deal with this situation at the academy. What do we do? What do we do, guys? Do we call it in? Do we need backup?
In case a possible altercation waits for them behind the door.
She's right here. Oh, gotta unlock it. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christine Chandler.
Okay, can you come out for a second?
What's the situation?
What's that? You got a warrant for your arrest, all right? Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna do that. Do not fight. You will get tased.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply, but I'd like to clear up I'd like to come back to my things.
Get that all straight. Yeah, we'll get all straight.
And what about my van? And I'd like to put my shoes on, please.
Yeah, sure, of course. We'll get there.
Okay, I can slip into my shoes. Magic Tan Chris L. Savannah.
While these words may seem insignificant to the officers, they carry a profound significance for Chris, which will be explained later.
You're just being detained right now so I can confirm the warrant, okay? Just hang tight.
The officers have received reports of some very disturbing allegations against Chris, but nothing prepares them for the events that are about to unfold.
Sit down right here.
Okay, I will sit down.
So they knew what he was getting arrested for. That's what I gathered from that. So they go, okay, this guy fucked his mom and he's heavily autistic. We got to go arrest him. But I have to reiterate, but then they saw Ralph hollering and went, what the fuck, guys? Like, that was more, seeing Ralph holler was more fucked up than than trying to arrest the autistic man who fucked his mom. Or raped his mom.
Is there anyone else in the room with you? Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you can't tangibly see them.
A physical person. Is there a physical person in the room with you?
Originating from this universe? No. I need to stand with my shoes on. I'm doing it this way. I am complying. And that's my son. That's my set of keys over there.
Your keys to your car?
Keys to the van, and yeah, my wallet's in my bag over there, the brown bag.
What, this bag?
Yes.
Can I look in it?
And grab something. Oh, that's one of my rings.
I know. Can I look through? Can I get your bag out of your?
I have nothing to hide. Go ahead, look through everything that's in the room.
Go ahead and look at everything that's in the room.
Go ahead. You have my permission.
Okay. Just slip them on. They're gonna give you flip flops when you get down to the jail.
Okay, well, I identify as female, and I would appreciate if I was suspected as such. It even says so on my driver's license, female.
Okay, that's fine.
Just making sure.
As one officer searches through Chris's belongings, he quickly makes an interesting discovery.
Where's your wallet at?
Oh.
Don't come over here.
It's the duct tape. The duct tape
No
wallet.
doubt,
Okay,
man.
outside?
They saw the gun, for sure.
Okay.
All right, let's grab a seat.
Okay.
No, grab a seat right there for me.
Oh, my bad.
Do you want all this to go with you? Like your wallet? Or you just want your ID to go with you and your cell phone?
Yeah, my wallet and my cell phone is over there in front of the tarot deck box.
Yeah, I got a cell phone right here.
Oh, that's my secondary phone.
That's your secondary phone?
Yeah, I have two phones. One for the trolls and one for my home. I got two phones. One for the boys and one for my friends. You think I need two phones? I just saw them.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this. He's a guy.
Nah, that's a popular one. He's a fine gentleman.
He's popular.
Suddenly, a keen-eyed officer spots something happening outside, which sets him on edge.
Are you waiting for somebody to come to your room or something?
Wow. No, I was not. I was only waiting for the deputy that I talked with earlier today from the sheriff's office in Ruckersville.
Okay. All right. You're not waiting for like anybody else though? Any friends or anything?
I have. Nobody else.
The only reason I'm asking is because there's a car up there and there's two gentlemen staring at us.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know if you're waiting for someone to come over or whatever.
It just occurred to me. There are two gentlemen staring at us. Did you guys catch that? Hold on, I'm gonna rewind that.
I'm asking is because there's a car up there and there's two gentlemen staring at us.
Really?
Yeah.
Two gentlemen. This cop had mistaken Ralph and May for two gentlemen because they thought May was a fucking man.
I didn't know if you're waiting for someone to come over or whatever.
I'm reading that right? That is what to make out of that, correct? I don't know. Let's just continue.
Yeah, see? I stand up. I
It's a sure.
I was not waiting for anybody. I was not waiting.
They're standing up there by the gas station. You know those people?
That's curious.
I'm just asking. I don't want anyone rolling up on me.
While Chris doesn't recognize the strangers gathering to watch them from a distance, there may be a reason for their unnerving presence.
Okay, well, I would say question them because I am famous and infamous on the internet, so they may be video recording.
Cool. I'm recording you as well.
Well, that's. I figured that much.
Not readily accepting Chris's explanation, the officers try to work out their own alternate explanation for the curious spectators.
Yeah, they still are.
There is nothing illegal in the room and nothing illegal in the bag. Please feel free. I have nothing.
It's got a very military style haircut. I wonder if it's Green County. Maybe Blue Yard's. Maybe it's a rental. That's good. Hey, that might be something Green County. I mean, I know there's a lot of agencies that use rentals for surveillance. I mean, like staring. Yeah, I know. That's why I asked him. Stare all the time. Still, right as we walk up, I didn't see him there before.
They shrug it off for now, but it will soon become apparent that these observers have surprising intentions that none of the officers could have predicted.
So you talked to the Green County Sheriff's Office today?
Yes.
Did they call you or did you reach out to them?
I reached out to them. I wanted to make sure my dog and cats back at home were safe and taken care of.
I guess so. The warrant itself is not a surprise. You know there was an investigation, all that.
Yes, there was an investigation. Yes, I am aware of the situation.
Okay. Did they say that they were coming to Richmond?
Yes, they said they were coming to Richmond. And my vehicle, in case it wasn't obvious, is the blue Dodge Caravan out there. Its license plate says Sanchu on it.
Magichan Sonichu, a blend of the characters Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, is a character from Chris's hand-drawn graphic novel series. Sonichu may be more than just a drawing, however, as you'll soon hear from Chris how this character blurs the line between fiction and reality.
So just so you're aware, right now we're just confirming the warrant through Green County, okay? That's why I said to detain. Once they say that once they say the paper's in hand, the actual arrest warrant, then you're going to be under arrest, okay? Okay. Well, you didn't at first, but I'm glad you did. Yeah, that was kind of the point a little bit.
Meanwhile,
I think we're going to fast forward a little bit.
The evolving situation outside still has the officers on high alert.
Yeah, okay, no, we won't. Because look at the look of apprehension on this cop's face. The one that was annoyed as fuck in the kill stream footage.
Yeah. You want to go up there? No, because I can't tell if they're just recording or... I wish I could read the tag. I'll just stare back at them.
I need a moment.
Okay.
Are my flashy ones?
Yeah. So you want to take your necklaces off and stuff like that, or?
He farted.
Yeah, take them off and get to the jail.
Okay, but
Since they're not, the only thing they were allowed were like crosses for like religion.
Okay, well, if I may speak, the sign you shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there, that is my cross. So.
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
It protects me greatly. So that's I am willing to take off the other two, but I really need the medallion.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know that when you get down to the jail, if you go to jail, once the warrants are confirmed, that you may not be able to keep it. Okay. Just let you know.
All right, but that is my cross.
That's a good point. That cop has intimate knowledge of the sector now. Imagine if like Kino Casino interviewed him or something. That would be pretty intense.
Record, the Sanchi medallion.
Yeah, Officer Christian was telling.
Back outside, the situation appears to be escalating, and officers are caught in a dilemma about how to handle it.
I don't know how you go up there and see what they're doing. Like, it's not as a person. I mean, I want to go address them, but at the same time, they can kind of do that, but they're not obstructing at this point. I'm listening to you.
I'm just okay.
My heart's telling me too because I want to. At the end of the day,
I know. Sassy Nick wants to, but said Sassy Nick wants to, but Officer Nick does not.
Right.
Because my person be like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Chris takes this moment to deliver a puzzling warning to the officers.
By the way, if any of y'all have been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Magic Chan Sanchi, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he is here.
Okay.
If you feel it, he punched you first.
Yeah, so I didn't, but you know.
Much more, hubby.
Yeah, there you go.
With the arrest warrant finally confirmed, the officers...
Can you imagine the day at work it would be to be these guys, though? You show up, you're maybe at the end of your shift, and then you have to deal with this, and you're trying to figure out what to deal with, or how to deal with the hog outside, and the hog and the horse that are eyeballing you like your yesterday's breakfast. And then during that, you have a heavily autistic man whom you have to go and arrest for fucking his mother. And he's telling you that he has his imaginary friend / husband that exists in another dimension and is punching you in the leg very softly just to let you know he's there. Like, think to yourself, man. Like, at the end of a long day at work, if you had to deal with this shit, they're not paying those guys nearly enough.
Are ready to move Chris to the waiting police cruiser. What should have been a simple task quickly takes a shocking turn, and things escalate in a way they clearly didn't expect.
All right, let's head on out. You ready? All right, you good? We'll go.
Okay.
Let's hold on out.
All right. May I have my earpiece tucked behind my ear, just please?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Very well.
All right, head on out this way.
I'm going to stay recording while we get to the vehicles in case these people address us.
Okay. You don't know any of these people?
I do not know those people, and Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this.
Don't.
Follow us.
Oh my God, what is this?
What's happening?
What is happening right now?
This is going to be trending on the internet.
Well, he was right about one thing. And what I found amusing is that they cut out all of the parts about Ralph talking to Chan, or Chris Chan, about bringing him onto the kill stream. Like, all of the parts of self-promotion were just edited out, and you know they did that on purposefully.
They're going to post this online.
Though this prediction comes close, the footage will go even more viral than Chris imagines.
Appreciate it. I wasn't convinced that those were like internet fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or Sonic You, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh, look at that. Coming out of the woodwork. Good, I just saw you.
So that would be Ralph again.
I'm going. I'm complying. I am complying. I am good like this. And I am Chris Chan Sanchu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickbill and my Sanchus and Rose shoes and everybody.
Let's not talk to them, okay?
You lied to about 3,000 people right now.
Let's not talk to them.
It's been stressful, but I've taken it one moment at a time, and I got my loves.
While Chris maintains a positive attitude in the face of uncertainty, the officers can't help but be increasingly amused by the attention and the seemingly growing crowd.
What? They're everywhere. We're surrounded.
Press me.
I'm searching you, not pressing you.
Well, I was offering you the option there.
What the heck is going on right now?
This is freaking weird. This is the most wild call for service I've ever been on.
You have anything else on you?
I have nothing else on me.
They're going to scan you in the jail, and if there's anything on you,
I understand.
not your weed, no.
I have no weed. I have no drugs I'm consuming on me. Like I said, frisk me. There you go. That felt good. Okay. It's happening now. We're on the very last thread. It's happening right now. We're living it. The Venture Birds, baby. If that manager hero, you're going to meet him very soon.
I bet you're never working overtime for us again.
Oh, certainly will. Let's just wait.
With Chris now secured in custody and the tension from the crowd finally easing, two of the officers are
He's
more
like,
than
oh
ready.
no, I'm getting paid overtime to deal with this shit. I actually don't mind.
Put the bizarre encounter behind them.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right, can we go eat now?
Yeah, 100%.
But the unusual day isn't
Imagine,
over.
they still have an appetite. I'm impressed.
The officer tasked with driving Chris to the police station. And as you'll witness, Chris has so much more left to share.
Celebrities.
All right, so this is about another 4 minutes. It'll be less because this is sped up to 1.5. So we'll go ahead and let it
Candles,
finish.
all of that. And people just taking it, blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, in over a month from now, the next celebrity scandal is going to happen.
Okay.
And they'll be all over that.
All right.
You may recognize or know my comic books I have drawn over the years and my chronicling and creations and discoveries of the Sonichu and Roschu Pokemon species.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, well, you give you a little bit of homework for research on your own time, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But essentially, I am a decent and good individual. I believe in everything that is right and positive, and I am literally a goddess, and that will be proven in the near days to come as we are on the completion of the Dimension Merge, where
There we go, the Dimension Merge. And we had a $5 super chat from Nightrim 10. This is the free Daniel Larson fund. They let Chris go. Why not him? There's so much inconsistency with the fucking legal system. It's really hard to pin down. They're just out to get Chris, man. They're just out for everyone's favorite comic book creator. Yeah. I always forget that that's there until it goes off. Thank you for the $5.
the universe half that was divided in 1380s by order of King Arthur. He ordered Merlin and two other magicians to remove and banish all dragons, unicorns, and other quote-unquote mythical creatures and overpowered individuals. And thus we were separated, transported into from what was originally called Universe 1C211987.
Chris dives into an astonishing account of multiple universes where fictional characters coexist, many of whom may sound quite familiar.
You have everybody there. You have Superman, you have Mickey Mouse, you have Iron Man, you have Darkwing Duck, you have you have Impossible. You even have Ratchet and Clank, you have the Super Mario Brothers, and you have Sonic.
So he just starts listing everybody. It's like Super Smash Brothers, basically. I don't think anything else really. Oh, he also mentions that he's married to his imaginary friend.
Well, my brain went blank on the word there. But anyway, I am also polygamously married to Giselle Roschu and Sylvana Roschu and the one and only Mewtwo, the one that was cloned by Giovanni's team in Team Rocket as featured in the
one
first
and
Pokemon
only
movie.
Mewtwo.
Chris Chan, whose legal name is Christine Chandler, was taken to the Central Virginia Regional Jail and held without bond after being charged with incest. The victim was alleged to be Chris's mother. On August 8, 2023, 2 years after the arrest, the charges were ultimately dismissed.
And there you have it, chat. The best part, what makes it so entertaining to me is that the police mistook May for a man. That is too fucking funny. That's like something I would make up as a joke. I just can't believe Rekieta had that that bathroom is so fucking gross. Like, look at this, chat. As I was closing different tabs that I had open, I came across this again. Like, look at this fucking disgusting bathroom. I wouldn't be able to coexist in a house that had any room that looked this bad. If only you knew how bad things truly are. Man, I just have a feeling it's going to keep going. That tomorrow there's going to be even crazier shit that comes out. And hell, what's 21st? So isn't it Friday that the omnibus hearing is? Or is this, it was Wednesday. I can't remember. Spray tan. Like, how do you even get, I know some people have said there's iron or different different things in the water that cause this sort of build up over time, but I've never seen this. I've lived in places where hot water gives off that awful smell, that like pungent rotten egg smell. Like, I've lived in a house that had that before. It didn't have this problem. I've never lived in a place that looked this fucking disgusting my entire life. And my ass has been broke. What's his fucking excuse? He put up his house for sale with like a 3D tour available and didn't think, oh man, people are gonna really fucking love this. He does no home maintenance. You're probably spot on. That's probably exactly it. Bore water. That's what happens when you use the Balldo. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's sort of like the Bailet from Berserk, except it's the Balldo. An eclipse happens. I don't know. There's a way of continuing that metaphor, but it's so fucking gross, bro. In the sink too, like the sink looks, to be fair, my sink probably looks way worse, but that's because there's a lot of beard hair on it. Like, if you have a beard, trimming that shit every day, it's so difficult to keep that sucker looking spotless. But yeah, compared to the fucking the shower stall. And why is there a seat? Like, who's going and sitting in this thing? Who sees an environment like this and goes, yeah, dude, I want to take a seat. I might browse my phone for a while. Is this where the shower text happened, or the shower, whatever it was? It doesn't even look comfortable. How are you going to hang out in an environment that looks this? I can't even think of a word to describe how fucking gross it looks. That seat was white at some point. Oh. Taco Bell strikes again. So this is what happens when you wear the Balldo. That's so far my favorite comment. Shaking my head. Should have known better, Balldo. A grown-ass man. So we have there's a video of Aaron Imholt really upset that this napkin holder was taken in the separation between him and the human fleshlight. Exactly, you never go full Balldo. You know, if Nick was actually above room temperature IQ, he'd be selling his own versions of Balldos because people would be buying it. Even people who hate him would be buying it because it's kind of funny. Like, I got a Balldo. It'd be like buying a Medicare hat or some shit, whatever it is that people are into. So the reason I brought that up, hold on just a second. So unfortunately, we might have to sit through a Billy Goat video. Excuse me, I mean Aaron Imholt video. Is it still up? Hold on just a second, chat. Yeah, he was really upset about her taking the napkin holder in their departure. I believe it's this video right here. "14 minutes. Yikes. Yeah, this guy just really rubs me the wrong way. Let's go 1.5.
Remember when Nick said all the alcohol was gone?
Yeah.
And we all said, you just moved it to the other house? Somebody didn't do a clean sweep of the home before the old realtor came to take pictures.
Oh, no.
Kiwi Farms wins again. Kiwi Farms was the first one who went, he just moved it to the house next door.
Why did he have 2 homes?
Can you imagine? Oh, sorry, I just realized this wasn't up on screen. You're not missing out, though. Like, you're just not seeing these 2 fucking douchebags. Can you imagine if Balldo has had, like, actual... they could show documented monetary loss from association with Nick Rekieta? Where a dildo that attaches to your balls, they had to come out, the company would have to come out and go, look, you've damaged our brand beyond the point of repair. Yeah, take it back off. Right? Shit, I got one for you guys. I'll do you one better. There we go. So we still have subtitles.
Had one, had the other. Then he was renting it. People keep saying he was renting it to family members. He wasn't. They were renting it to friends for a really cheap price. And then they wanted us to buy it. They wanted April and I to buy it. And then April fat up by packing up her clothes and shit and then pissing me off. And then I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to stay here and do... No. And then I left. And then basically they had to let April live there. So now they're not only... They not only own the second house, but now they're getting absolutely no money out of it. In fact, April's staying there, moving her shit in, and then paying nothing. Unfortunately. Triple N says, damn, you almost got roped into a house. Yeah, hold on a second. We'll get to that part. So Nick tells me, he goes, yeah, we got to sell that house. And they put it on the market now for $450, right? He offered it to me for $350.
Yeah.
And it's a screaming deal. You know, that's about the value of what I live in now. So it would have been a lateral move. And I was thinking about it, and April wanted it. I was thinking about it.
Yep.
And then just this shit, just the drugs, and shit kept getting weirder and dramatic. And I'm like, this is just not a good... My kids didn't want to live there. And I'm like, there's just too many negatives stacking up in the column versus what are the positives? Kayla in that house. And I'm not saying, like, for me, that was a positive. But, like, the list of other negatives was like, this is starting to get outweighed by quite a bit. So they let April move into that house, no money. And that had to really fuck Nick's plans because he's got lawyers for this. Yeah. He's got lawyers for CPS. He's got lawyers for the monograph case. He's going to lose that monograph case. This is going to drag out forever. This is burning. I've got to say at least 6 figures in his pocket.
Jesus.
I mean, this is bad, man. So you're still carrying this other house. April's living there. That's very kind of you. But now you got your kids back, and the court's charged April with 5th-degree felony drug possession, and now all of a sudden the relationship gets kind of complicated. Well, we have a new coming soon listing, and it is the Rekieta home.
I see in chat, how does Aaron make a living? Well, he does this by begging for money. Or how does Aaron make money? He does this by begging for money like 6 hours a day. Like, he goes online not because he has a funny thing to talk about or a bit that he wants to do, or he takes notes throughout the week. You know, let's just say hypothetically a guy puts together a few talking points throughout the week, a few shitpost videos, and goes live and just talks until he feels like he's done. No, this guy goes online so he can beg for your spare change. Anyway.
Now, this is publicly listed. I'm trying to
I realize I'm monetized now, so it feels a little different saying that, but still, I think the point still stands.
The address off of there, but it's publicly listed, so who gives if it sneaks on there?
Right.
They're selling this house that April's currently living in. Now, let me ask you a question.
A big house, dude.
6,662 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 7 3/4 acre lot. It's a big one. That's a lot of house and a lot of yard for $450,000 here in lovely.
Okay, so it's $450,000. Earlier in the stream, I said $250 or something like that, but to be corrected, it's $450.
Minnesota. So my question is, now what happens to April? Did April get kicked out? Did Kayla get kicked out?
And he's got the new lawyer.
Kayla has a new lawyer.
Yeah.
Kayla's case got continued.
Yeah.
She's not going on Wednesday. She has her own lawyer now. This house is getting sold. I know these 3 are stupid. I know these 3 are really dumb. But they cannot be, we just got the kids back and we're all facing felony charges. We're going to live in the same house, stupid. They can't be. It takes one kid going to school and running their mouth before CPS is being called again and the county's being called again and all that shit. Because our 2 mommies are both living in the house. You know? So this is interesting. Does April move in as the live-in nanny now that school's starting? Does that become her
Maybe.
role? Okay, interesting. Are Kayla and Nick on the outs? I don't know. All I can do is take a look at this house.
Yes.
Take a look at the house and see what we got. Now, from the outside, beautiful home.
A big garage there, big shed thing.
Yeah, big shed thing here. We had plans for all this stuff. I had plans for this.
I'd hate to hear what kind of plans they had in mind for the different rooms, and I don't even want to know. So before I rip on this guy more for using the internet as a liaison to beg for money, I had a donation from Cassandra for $10. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I tape measured it off to see if I could fit a boxing.
Also, he's a bitch who begs for money on the internet constantly.
Ringing it. I did.
Now
Of course you did.
I did. There's the house. Somebody was pointing out that it's literally a Balldo bunker. Literally the Balldo bunker sitting right there. There you go, the 7.7 acres.
You imagine
it's shaped like a cock, which is funny.
Buying the house next door to Nick.
There are people on Kiwi Farms who want Josh Moon from Kiwi Farms to buy this house. To raise money and do a GoFundMe and buy this house, which would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
But I don't think they
a
would
lot
sell
of money
it.
to raise.
So there you go. There's the there's the Rekieta home there. There's their other home right there. There's George Lake. How great that they live near a place called Decision Hills. You just put bad right in front of it. Bad Decision Hills. There's a lot of the layout. Oh, so here we go with the house. That's the garage.
Decision Hills. It's called Decision Hills, guys. It should be called Bad Decision Hills. Holy fuck, guys. Like, that's the level of comedy that quite certainly quite frankly, I couldn't match if I spent in weeks and weeks preparing my show notes. Let's just call them notes. Show notes, for fuck's sake. Bad Decision Hills. Fucking got him, man.
Yep.
There's the little shed
spite
thing.
sticker.
Shed
Okay.
garage they have. Now here's our kitchen. Now as we take a look at this kitchen, it's a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kitchen and dining room area.
Yeah.
Wide open floor plan. Anybody
I
would be
do
lucky
like
to have
it.
Unfortunately,
I
it
do
does
like
kind
the
of have an
spite
aged,
sticker.
like 80s Minnesota look to it.
It does.
It does look like it needs a little upkeeping.
It's like overly modern when it was new, but now it's all dated looking.
I don't know if you can see from these pictures because obviously I've been in this house. These chairs are ripped up to shit.
Oh, really?
Those chairs are in horrible shape. That's not a big deal. You can put that away. And then right here, you see this little napkin holder thing on the table?
Yeah.
I stole my napkin holder. I had to grab my other napkin holder from up in the
There it
cupboard
is.
and bring the backup napkin holder out. That's where my napkin holder went.
Who stole it? April took it when she
April
left?
took it. Get your own napkin holder, bitch.
And she had one, apparently.
Yeah.
Yours.
Didn't agree to that in the custom. Wouldn't it be funny if I reopened the divorce because I'm pissed about the napkin holder? It's a very Seinfeldian thing to do. So yeah, there's your kitchen. Here's some of April's stuff. Now right here, she has a Nick Rekieta thermos that.
Damn, we really wanted that. I wanted that napkin holder. There's a there are 2 pineapples on it. Damn it. All right.
I believe it says nose before hose.
Oh.
So she has one of Nick's thermoses as one of her kitchen.
Nose before hose.
What was?
Hell yeah.
She's a loyal side piece, bro.
Right, but
It's my
nose,
spatula, you bitch. Sorry.
nose before hose. What's that?
He's got a giant nose. That would be.
You know, and now
That'd
that
be
you
one.
mention it, he kind of reminds me of Jarbo as well.
Hey,
Not,
hey,
not
what?
sticking drugs up your nose before?
Well, that's a good point too. Yeah, that nose before hose. Hey, Matt, what's this? You know what that is?
Is that a box with liquor in it?
That would be a box with a commemorative Johnny Walker in it.
Oh.
Hey, there you go. That looks like a mighty expensive bottle to have with no job living in someone else's house. I wonder where that could have came from. Nick, if you're going to lie about getting rid of all the alcohol, could you at least hide it when the realtor comes over to take pictures? Or does April need to take a little rip every once in a while? I don't know. Here's my TV. No, I'm just kidding. I let her take all that shit. All the shit I'm bitching about, I told her, I go through the house one time, take what you want, claim it, whatever. And she was very nice about leaving me some furniture and some entertainment center stuff like that. She took all the TVs, which was fine. You can replace TVs cheap.
No.
She left me some shit, and that was very nice of her. There we go. She's got pineapples over.
Well, actually, I told her it was okay for her to take whatever she wanted. But damn it, in hindsight, that was damn nice. Napkin holder. Damn it. So yeah, that's the liquor that they found. And somebody's alleging that there's something suspicious there. I don't know about that, but I do know that this napkin holder here was very important to Mr. Imholt. Must have been some sentimental value. Poor Billy Goat. All right, this has another 6 minutes or so. So there are more interesting, like, again, the Clippers have really been killing it. My only gripe with some of the archivers, or maybe a couple in particular that I don't want to necessarily call out, but I do want to say it's okay to archive things. Or it's not even just okay, it's awesome. I never catch things when they come out, and it's always good to have extra copies of things on the internet for obvious reasons, especially considering how all of this Rekieta shit has been going down with the Coke stream and the lawsuit. But there are some channels that'll put an egregious amount of ads for content that's not even theirs. It's one thing if you change it up, like add a few things in it, but just scrolling text over it doesn't make the content actually yours. Maybe in a legal sense, but it still comes off incredibly slimy to me, especially as a viewer, as I'm trying to watch something on my phone or on the TV, and then every 5 fucking seconds I have to see another ad because this dude wants his extra 25 cents off of YouTube. It just comes off, like I said, slimy, and it annoys me all to hell as a viewer. I like the archiving. In fact, I appreciate it. But if you're going to make it to where I have to sit through a ton of ads just to make it through a video that you quite frankly didn't produce yourself, besides just spending a minute and a half going clip, run it through the program, upload it. Easy shit. Just maybe it's just me. But on that note, a channel that I appreciate that I don't have to sit through fucking ads every time. Alyssa Clips, killing it. All of the uploads for shit in the Rekieta sphere, reliable as fuck. So big, of course, shout out to Alyssa Clips for putting this all together for us to enlighten ourselves with. Man, the amount of cope that Juju and Nick have gone through recently has been like next level. Yeah, the Noel can't do a single push-up segment. Oh man. Here, let's go with this one. Will the Rekieta trial be streamed 4.5 minutes? Let's see if we can make it through 4.5 minutes of Juju and Balldo.
Is your trial going to be streamed?
I have no idea.
Oh.
You know, it's going to be up to the judge.
I would think they wouldn't because of all the pedophiles that are trying to.
You know, there's
people are trying to make money off of it. I don't know.
There's a serious issue. So there's a rule about pre-trial stuff, like the omnibus hearing, probably not going to be streamed because there's a rule that it shouldn't be.
Right.
That rule exists for a lot of reasons. It's pre-trial. It has evidentiary issues sometimes that they wouldn't want to be outside of that could be exposed to a potential jury, for example, right? Because with omnibus hearings, you may be dealing with an evidentiary issue on whether certain evidence will be admissible or certain topics will be able to be explored in the upcoming trial. Well, if you say that these topics can't be talked about, but there's a whole fucking video recording talking about those topics, that kind of makes it difficult to keep it out of the eyes of the public. So there's a rule that the pretrial hearings probably cannot be out there. Whether or not the trial will be streamed or not is a different question, because it's one thing to have a publicly accessible trial and another thing to say that the trial needs to be live streamed.
Yeah.
That's not up to me. That's up to the judge. I don't know what the local rules are around it. I know that the judge was actually very pissed off that he said not to record the arraignment and it was just streamed like that. Yeah. People just did that.
You think he liked someone shouted the N-word was that?
Wasn't happy about that actually. It's funny because like a lot of people thought that was whatever, but that's part of the reason that the judge does not want various things out there is because people just fucking defied the initial order. And so like the judge said, don't do this. People did it. And now it's like, now you want the judge to do the thing that you did when he told you not to.
Are you fucking kidding
and so,
me?
People don't realize the kind of impact that shit has. And so courts are presumed to be public, but they...
Sorry, law. Sorry, we got to throw all the rules out because you'll be doing the thing that the haters want you to do. Yeah, the video is sped up because no fucking way am I sitting through this at normal speed. Hey, Skull Kid Productions, good to see you, buddy. Been a while.
there are considerations, like there are potentially minor witnesses that could be called by the state or by us, and if that's the case, then the court will have to do something to protect their identities, because there's a rule that says they can't be streamed unless like those rights are waived or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to go into that. It's not this is up for my lawyer to work on. The state has a say in it. Obviously, interested parties out there filing their own motions, like Josh, who just desperately wants as much information about this. Josh is really
He's fucked up though. He shouldn't have fucking sent a pedophile in then. He should have lied about the fucking pedophile.
Josh cares about
He sent him in. There it is. Yes, that's right. He sent them in. Like, for a fact these guys know what they're saying is bullshit. That's what's so what's the word? Amusingly frustrating about catching this bullshit is that they know they're lying. That that they know they're full of fucking shit. Oh, the guy he sent in was a pedophile. Oh, no. Well, the guy that declared himself a voluntary reporter and did all of that, which it seems like he's a member of Nick's community. Huh. It's funny how they haven't mentioned that at all. How funny. Ack at that one, huh? Hey, here's one, Juju. Have you act at Aaron Emholt plowing fucking Kayla Rekieta like she was No, that's probably a little too much. Hold on, let me walk that one back a little bit. What's a way of saying this? Have you act at the fact that the man you're talking to is a fucking cuck, a literal cuckold? And again, he seems more frustrated at the people on the internet than he is about the guy who fucked our wife. He hasn't seemed to say a single solitary fucking thing about the guy who exposed all of his secrets as skeletons in his closet for however many hours it was on the Keno Casino. No fucking comment on that. Huh. Strange world we live in, right? But hey, Noel sent this pedophile in. It's projection, man. Juju's co-host has admitted to being a pedophile. He had a staunch defense of the Cuties movie, documentary, whatever you want to call it. But no, the amount of cope here is just fucking sad. These are two grown-ass men. Just think about that. And hell, I want to say that there is a tweet from Rekieta. Let's bring this up, chat. I'm going to fix this window. There we go. And this might take me a second. I'll switch over to the Twitter overlay here. And this is Rekieta talking to Juju's co-host Vito, a man who I believe to be a pedophile because he declared that he is one on Twitter and asserted several other times that he is one. Rekieta had this to say on August 13th, 2021. I put children in my wife. You put children in your sexual fantasies. You fat fucking pile of registry bait. So this is full of, let's see. This was deleted by post author. The only thing Vito Giswaldi is based in is butter. Vito responds, go put some more Christ children in your field hockey wife, Matlock. I put children in my wife. You put children in your sexual fantasies, you fat fucking pile of registry bait. Old habits die hard, eh, chat? But hey, everyone else, except Nick and his friends, are the actual pedos. All right, let's. Wrong overlay. My bad. Okay.
Integrity of the court process.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
Josh is looking for. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. But the whole thing is like that. That's a different discussion as to whether the trial itself will be streamed. I mean, that's if there is a
so
trial.
fucking
The one thing
shiny.
I think that
Like,
has to
take
be
a
streamed
fucking
is,
shower.
or has to be made public. And I think streamed is like a guilty. If there's like a guilty
greasy
plea or something
bastard.
like that, I think that there's a rule that says that has to be streamed. But I'm not positive on it. I was just skimming some of the rules today, laughing.
Yeah.
But it's great because Josh has done all this, and none of the people who like are so fervently after this information realize how much damage they did by.
That's another thing Skull Kid brought up in chat. This was pre-American Beauty, Nick. I forgot also, Nick is a huge fan of American Beauty, which I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole nother cup of worms. Funny how all of these people who seem to sensationalize content that portrays minors in a certain way are trying to accuse everyone else of being pedophiles. Nick, weren't you... He was recently sued for calling a person a pedophile, but here he is. It's like his number one tactic, and he sucks at it. You think of a person who accuses everybody of being a fucking pedophile would be a little bit more convincing.
By when a judge said something, they said, fuck you, and did it anyway. And then they were going to have to ask that judge or one of that judge's colleagues to do a thing for them later. But you defied the order in the first place. Now, I'm not blaming any particular person. Just look at how the judge looks at it. The judge goes, these people defied my order. He doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know where they're from. He doesn't know who recorded it. He just knows that people didn't listen. And judges' entire lives are premised around people having to listen to what they say. And you didn't. And so now when someone comes on...
That wasn't an appropriate time to laugh, Dick. You don't even know where the funny parts were supposed to be because you're having to fake it so fucking hard, just like Marie does whenever she tries to have sex with you, but ends up having to wear the strap on.
And request access, the judge just goes, well, I told them not to do it before, and now they want me to... No, why would I do that? So that's a thing. I don't know if it'll be streamed or not.
All right. There's at least one more. Sorry, chat. Here it is. In regards to the 9-year-old turning up positive for cocaine.
Slimo Jones says there's whining in the background. I think one of your kids are crying because they're starving or want more cocaine. The stuff that got you here to begin with.
Guys, the kids were never on cocaine. That's like...
That was you're right, Dick. That was the appropriate time to laugh some more. God, this guy fakes his fucking laugh more than his girlfriend does her fucking orgasms. It's fucking pathetic.
Like if that's not what you get from this, the state saying, oh yeah, you could have your kid back, then you are a fucking retard. Which I've been telling you you're a retard from the beginning, but I was willing to let this work out before I say, if you don't get it now, that there was never any issue, you're just straight up fucking retarded.
If you guys had,
literally,
if you guys don't realize that if the state had any inkling that
because you dress up as a cow and get plowed in
we
the
had
ass.
given a child cocaine,
It's
that
not
we would
even
be
the
charged
only
with felony
reason.
child abuse. Like,
You'd be dead.
The kids would not be around. That would not be a thing. Like, not just not be around. Like, we may not be out of jail until our hearing or until our trial. Like, that's an extremely serious crime.
Yeah.
The problem was, I mean, hell, one of the state workers flat out said they don't believe that the child had actually ingested anything. They brought up environmental exposure. I haven't had an opportunity. That was actually my big problem with the whole thing was that that test was dropped on us less than 24 hours before our hearing. We had no opportunity to hire an expert. The state didn't have an expert, and we didn't have. That was the point of my entire objection. Was all I wanted was an objection to the admission of any discussion about the test until we could have it reviewed, or a continuance so that we could have it reviewed. Because when the state told us about the test, I fucking lost my mind.
Yeah.
I said that's impossible. That's fucking impossible. And by the way, the state worker tried to lie to us and said that false positives on hair follicle tests are impossible. They said they cannot produce a false positive. That's the state, ladies and gentlemen.
Really? What if you misread the document right now? What about that?
That's the state.
False positive.
People ask, why didn't you get the child retested? We tried. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it.
Yeah, of course not. Once they get what they need, they're done.
Yeah. Actually, the exact quote was the county is not interested in pursuing a second test.
Yeah.
That was because I said that's impossible. There's no fucking way that test is accurate. Not a chance. But it was amazing. The whole thing has been so fucking...
Oh my god, Nick blamed the staff. he's not just blame the staff. It's also the police, the local law enforcement. They all have a conspiracy out against him that he's alleged many times but never directly said. He does that little thing where you never know what cops could leave into your house without you knowing. Oh, you're saying that the police could have... I didn't say those exact words. Like, he's such a fucking snake, and everyone can tell. And he's convinced he's way more convincing and way more cunning than he obviously is. That's what's the most amusing part about him as a fool or a lolcow, is he continues to defiantly step on every rake that hits him square in the face. And he does it with a smug smile on his face. Tough break, Kiwi Farms. Crunches on a Doritos chip and then smacks himself directly in the head. Or punches himself in the head, as alleged by Aaron Imholt. Let's keep going on here.
Fucking insane. The last thing I was saying, I don't know where I got cut off, but the last thing I was saying was the fail rate on hair follicle tests for cocaine is 35%. Across all ages and populations. Is actually higher amongst kids. False positives, false negatives. It's not a reliable test. And there's tons of information as to it not being reliable. My biggest problem with it was that we never got to fight it at all. But hey, why didn't we get to fight it? Because the government was happy with it just being out there.
Yeah, I don't. I seem to remember something in California where they kicked it out. They took it out of rotation in LA because it's racist. Because the test is racist against black people.
Horrifically racist.
It actually is. Like,
yes.
If you test a black guy and a white guy who do the same amount of cocaine in their hair, the black guys will test way higher. So they had to take it out. They should take it out everywhere. It's totally bullshit. The hair shit.
A black person tests on average 4.5 times higher levels than a blonde person when the exact same amount of cocaine is ingested in controlled tests. So if people don't know how they do this, when they do controlled cocaine testing.
So what explanation was there for any cocaine being in your 9-year-old daughter's hair? Oh, as he said, it was my lawyer that suggested that it could have been in the environment. It could have been, I don't know, someone at the exact physiology of Aaron Imholt, but they had a mask on, so you couldn't tell for sure. Just snuck in there in the middle of the night, was just rubbing cocaine into everyone's scalps while they were sleeping.
They actually do intravenous administration of cocaine to make sure that the amounts are stable. They use medical grade cocaine that they get from specific laboratories. This is all figured out because they have different types of cocaine testing. I've had to read a lot of cocaine testing, shockingly. They do different types of it, though. They have some where it's self-reported, like, hey, I use this much cocaine, blah, 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 blah. But when they do the scientific testing on the hair follicle studies, they use a specific grade of cocaine that they get from specific government resources, and then they inject it so that it's injected at a consistent rate, consistent with people. And people may not realize it.
Okay, so I'm sure everyone else drifted off, too, because you can see Juju's eyes as Nick starts to talk to him. They just drift off, and he stops paying attention. They're not even really having a discussion. Nick's talking and Juju is pretending like he's paying attention until he has the opportunity to speak and attempt to make a joke again.
But the measurements of cocaine in tests are consistent amongst body sizes as well, because it's the weight of cocaine present per weight of the hair, not weight of the person. So when you have like some tests like blood alcohol and shit, it really is heavily dependent on the size of the person. A bigger person can have more alcohol in their blood, and it's a percentage. But on cocaine, it's the weight of the hair. It's 1.5 grams of hair. No matter who it is, they use the same amount of hair to do the test. So when they do picograms per milligram, it's per milligram of hair that they use. But they're unreliable tests entirely. And so when we found out about it, the first thing we wanted that test redone, because there was no fucking way.
They should have wanted it redone. Like, you can't be a responsible person.
Yeah, right, guys. They can't possibly be a responsible human being without wanting to do another test on it. Yeah, for sure. Let's redo the test just to be certain. But it has to be fake. And it's just a coincidence that there was an ounce of a white powdery substance found in in the room that he sleeps in. And there was a credit card. All of the things that indicate that there was cocaine use being done in that room, not to mention his behavior on the live stream or on the coke stream. Just deny all of that, and also the child turned up positive for the drug that appears to have been found in his house. And not only is the drug that was found in his house, that's not even cocaine, and if it is, it's not my cocaine. Also, his child turned up positive, and that can't be real. also the entire county and the legal system is out to get him, and there's a conspiracy. Like, how many leaps of faith do you have to make in order to believe Nick and what he's saying? It's more than one.
Adult and say, oh, one of these kids tested positive in the hair. Like, let's just run it again and see. That's probably obviously bullshit.
Oh, and lots of people make a big deal about some metabolite. The metabolite that was found, because people were like, oh, there's a metabolite. It's actually called benzocognin.
Can't talk about the case.
Benzocognin is a weirdly pronounced thing, and it's the one metabolite of cocaine that actually is created outside of human bodies. It's a cocaine metabolizes outside of human bodies and into this metabolite. It's pretty fucking interesting because there are other metabolites. There's coethyl adaline or something, which is like cocaine and alcohol mix, and then there's neurococaine, which is a different metabolite. None of those were found on the tests. It was only the one test where the sole metabolite that was found was the metabolite that occurs outside of the human body.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. It's not like I've read 40 fucking scientific papers on it now.
They should test the cops.
Did he go to lick the bottle?
If you hair follicle test cops,
okay.
all cops will test. Any cops that do drug work will test positive.
It looked
for
like
several
he was
drugs on
about
hair
to lick the
follicle
bottle.
tests.
That's why. That's probably why Juju's smiling so much. I'm gonna rewind it because it totally.
They should test the cop.
See, it did. It looks like he's going off camera.
It's on it now.
It looks like he's going for it.
They should test the cops.
Oh, if you hair follicle test cops, all cops will test. Any cops that do drug work will test positive for several drugs on a hair follicle test.
Yeah. So what are we doing? Are we testing money? Are we testing cops or not? Like, it's such a stupid test.
An honest doubter says, could they have?
Pretty sure he was just lying
while they
about
had them.
all of what he
I guess
just
dose
said.
them. They have a syringe there. Again, I'm not going to say.
You don't have to dose hair. You just fuck up.
Let's just say, it seems that there is actually an explanation, and that explanation will be raised at the appropriate time. The appropriate time is not on the internet right now, but let's just say that has kind of come into the picture.
Oh.
He keeps going for it, like he's about to lick that bottle clean.
Which is nice to finally fucking find out.
All right. This motherfucker's so full of shit. Like, it doesn't even take a person who's familiar with all of this to look at it and go, yeah, this dude's just spouting bullshit. Instinctually, you can tell. Like, your intuition says, this guy's full of shit. I can't prove it in a court of law, but my instincts are telling me not to believe a single fucking word he says. All right. Yeah, I don't know about sitting through 20 minutes of this shit. The Kiwi Farms hug box. I have to sit through this. Nick feeds his kids. This is going to be some prime seethe right here, guys. Like, I want this shit medium well with a baked potato in the works. That's what I want. This is a good meal right here, chat. Oh boy. This is going to be fire. That's what people say these days, right? There we go.
Low watermark with a huge chat earlier. Thank you, brother. He says, wait, you mean Kiwi Farms might actually be wrong? No, they would never do that, would they? No, Kiwi Farms sets themselves up to never be wrong by having a self-reinforcing hug box.
It's not one person. It's literally a group of people arguing with each other on the internet, man. Man, 8chan, or let's do Twitter. Just replace it with Twitter. That's the best example you could use. Man, Twitter has been saying things about me. There are individuals that make up Twitter. And every single last one of them have they all have a different stupid fucking take on nearly everything. Yeah, well, those Twitter people, they're all a hive mind. Did you know that, Juju? They all make fun of me all the time. It's a conspiracy against me. God damn, dude. Grow some... for people that supposedly... the people who are... Oh, you need to do a push-up, Josh. Nigga, if you did a fucking push-up, you wouldn't be such a fucking bitch. Like, you would have a little bit more testosterone going through your system. There is no way a person with any sort of T count spends this much time bitching on the internet about Eric July or nose guarding like this. This is the behavior of somebody with a fucking vagina, Juju. Fuck's sake.
They say everything, and then they go back and say, see, we said this back then. It's like, well, we didn't. One person said one thing.
Yeah.
For everybody on Kiwi Farms who said there was that I was never getting my children back and would be going to prison forever, there was one person who said Nick will probably get his child back, or children back. They still think I'm a scumbag, which is fine, but he'll probably get his children
That's
back.
not enough for them. They need like you to also die. They get so whipped up into a frenzy that they need you to, like they have a thirst for lol cows. People who are just totally oblivious to life and openly challenge like reality in a funny way. But there's a limited supply, so they try to pretend that everyone famous is this weird degenerate freak that has no recognition of reality.
Hedonism too. Anyway, you know what's really funny, chat? You know what gets me to fucking ack? Maddox. Have you seen the shit Maddox has been up to? It's fucking hilarious. It's pure comedy. This is why somebody like Juju was able to make it into a Pizza Hut commercial.
When it's often it's funny because when you talk about Kiwi Farms, if you talk about anyone without specifically stating a user, but you say some people on there, they go, no, that's everybody. You're now talking about everybody, but you're not trying to. But there are people on that forum who legitimately project. This is what I was saying, the myopia of poverty. They project their circumstances onto everything. And these people have a basic disconnect with reality. And it shows up over and over and over again. I mean, because just the way they portray life. One guy was so fucking funny. He's like, how could you even not have food around for kids? Like, well, there's shitloads of food. Like, guys, I spent more on food last year than most people on Kiwi Farms make annually. There's food. There's tons of food. The whole hunger thing was legitimately fucking retarded. It was actually a lie. And that's all recorded too. But we'll get around to it. That was a lie.
Man.
That was crafted.
Okay.
But and yes, I've proven.
How are you gonna retell this? How are you gonna possibly you gotta write a book, right?
That's the other amusing thing to me. All of this stuff was a lie. All of the things that make him look stupid or like a deadbeat dad, person who wasn't feeding their, all of that shit was a lie. It's documented in the police report that was posted to Kiwi Farms. So the police said that there was so much clothes scattered around the house they could barely walk through it. And they also claimed that the children had asked or had mentioned that they were hungry to the police officer. And maybe there was food there that they could have made. Who knows? But what was it? There was another clip of him coping with Juju about how, kids are always hungry. They tell everyone they're hungry. Just there's so much bullshit. I can't tell if they're convinced in their version of reality or if they're just trying to bullshit everybody else.
It's gonna be fucking something. That's
you have to show him Maddox's face.
but no, see, but he's like, look, you just get some nori and you get some hearts of palm noodles, and I'm like, something about having food on hand for kids. He's like, you just throw it all in an air fryer and you just have it around for kids to just eat.
What
it's like,
the fuck?
Like,
bro, you need like food snacks and gummy snacks and Annie's pretzels and bunnies and all this fucking shit.
The expert here. How many? Does anyone know how many children Juju has? I'm curious. How many children has he raised?
Yeah,
cereal.
But this is the thing. It's like this person does not cook for children, and that's fine. Why would you, unless you have them? But it's like, so they're like, look, this is how you do it. You just get these cheap meals. You go to Costco and buy a 100-pound bag of rice. You just rice cooker up some stuff, and then the kids will just come around. They'll just scoop up. They'll hand roll their sushi. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, homie? Like, no child on earth does this. Like, they just eat.
Who are they talking? That's more to the point. This straw man they've created. Who? I haven't seen anybody make this argument about Rekieta and his kids, and I've been following it pretty fucking closely. But yeah, kids are growing. They always want to eat. That is the truth.
Stay away from the neighborhood.
But they have this myopia where they're like, oh, this is how life is. It's like, no, this isn't how life is for most people. The Kiwi Farms people don't realize that when people are like, oh, you guys aren't like other girls, it's not an endearing thing. It's like, oh, you guys aren't like other girls. Stay away. You're fucking weird.
Yeah,
you're weird.
Everything they say about like the kids in general and like what you're fucking up on. I think I might have seen that one. Like, this is how you cook for kids. You got to go down and get some macro packets at the dock. Bro, what are you talking? You don't see that shit on TV. You guys need to watch.
So did you catch that? Where he's like, he tried to blow it off. Like I might have seen the thread. I bet you have it bookmarked on your phone. The tab always open on Nick Rekieta's thread. That would just be my guess. This is rough, but let's sit through. We got 2 minutes. They're at what, time and a half speed, I think.
Sitcoms, because your behavior is aberrant at best. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, and they have no. And I get it. Like, if you're not in, like, if you don't live in the life of having children or in a community full of like parents, you wouldn't know. Why would you? You're just cooking for yourself or your boyfriend or whatever, and that's fine. But like the whole like cooking for children, like, yeah, you just get some hearts of palm noodles because they're high in protein. It's like, holy fuck, dude, what kind of what are you talking about? You have white bread, peanut butter, and jelly. Like,
that was funny.
You know, they have to eat 3 times a day, maybe 5.
It's so fucking funny.
Funny.
And then other people are like, you said you didn't read your threads. Like, well, I don't, until something fucking retarded happens and I have to go and look for it. And like, I have to see what's going on. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is what everybody's screaming at me about. And then I see this post about cooking for kids.
There is another subtle admission to reading his thread. Oh, you know, well, okay, I do go and read it when there's something happens. Bro, something happens every single fucking day. I try to live my life. It's like a part-time job keeping up with that fucking thread. It's at 6,110 or so pages right now. It's insanity. It's the book that keeps on growing. I remember when it was Ralph, and he damn near gonna need our own sub forum for the fucking Balldo-verse.
It's like, dude, you shouldn't cook for adults, much less children. Like, these kids would never eat in your house. But the whole children being hungry thing, it's I alluded to this earlier. People think that a conspiracy against you is like a grand thing that involves like all these levels of government and like some big motivating thing. But it really is as simple as one person doesn't like you enough to just do their job poorly. Yeah. And you're fucked over. It's a half truth that gets told. It's one lie, one place that can tip things into motion that you then are paying to fight. And it's unreal how it happens. And like I said,
a true conspiracy, chat, is karma. When everyone who's ever had to deal with you decided they were going to drag their feet having to deal with your fucking ass, the whole town looks at him and goes, oh, this fucking guy, and then intentionally does their job horribly just to spite him. It's called karma, motherfucker. I imagine you were as much of a smug prick to everyone in your town in real life that you are on the internet. I can only imagine. So you tell me, chat. It's the kids conspiring against him. I wouldn't be surprised to see that as an argument he might make in the future. Might as well let it finish out.
Thank God. All of it's recorded. It's all fucking recorded. And I have all the recordings. It's just not the right time to do any of this. I have a court case that I have to do.
I can't talk about that court case, by the way, except when I'm talking about that fucking court case. All right, so we have a little bit more. So I believe this video should have a couple of different takes from Nick.
Sorry. You will never, ever find that attitude from me or my channel. Okay? I don't know what law channels you're watching. Maybe people who just like to talk really big about not listening to government until the government comes knocking. Then suddenly, they're fucking pussies. Video and transparency of the courts is something I'm pretty passionate about. 1, because I'm self-interested in making money off of them. 2, running around in the truest definitions of a 90s crying, prostrating themselves. 2, because it protects the people from judicial abuse or abuse by the state, begging for the leather to put their tongue on. And 3, because it protects the citizenry from lies by people about the abuse of the state. Like it's a big chocolate starfish of their local police chief or whatever. All right, number 18. We demand that between now and the abolition of the police department that each and every officer turn on their body cameras and that the body camera video of all Seattle police should be a matter of easily accessible public record. I agree.
Yeah,
100%. Sorry. You will never, ever find that attitude from me or my channel. When the state is looking at you going, we need to make sure you're a fit parent, and before we can return your kids, be like, hold on, let me sign this release form. Here, I want these other people to look at my house first and get the layout of it down. You know, see that stuff. That'd be good, right? Like that'd be responsible parenting. No, he says you were the one who petitioned the court to seal discovery. Not true. Actually, I didn't petition the court to seal discovery. The protective order on discovery in my civil case was proposed, guess what, by the county attorney. And my lawyer and Lady Rackets' lawyer independently agreed to it. And my lawyer and Lady Rackets' lawyer independently agreed to it. My lawyer agreed to it. Our first lawyers did not. They were garbage. They still are. I'll tell you the story of our garbage lawyers someday.
Apologize. Good stuff. Good edit. Even his voice was even deeper back then. Did you guys notice that? Apparently the Balldo really did squeeze the fucking man out of him. Alright. So I wanted to riff on this a little bit. I do find EVS to be a bit boring. But as we've mentioned a few times in this live stream, there's this weird fixation on Eric July and his comic books, specifically among the Balldo Guard, the elite Balldo Guard. They all have this weird, one might even say obsession with Eric July, who has not paid them any attention, really, as far as I can tell. I'm not too familiar with Eric July beyond these people talking about him nonstop. So, this video... before we jump into this, I know I keep having to give a little bit more backstory, right? Last time we saw EVS, he was talking about Nick Rekieta. And he was saying, look, I can see a man doing a bunch of drugs and neglecting his family, but he got cucked? He let another man fuck our wife? I just can't understand that. Shaking his head. But this is now him talking about Eric July and some guy named Mike Barron, who I don't even know. But I just wanted to let this play for a minute, and then I'll comment on it.
Did Eric fuck over Mike Barron by releasing Gooding in the dead of night, like with no pomp and circumstance, no announcement, no like big exciting lead off, and then on the new website, which broke that day? Like, that's Mike's money. Like, I don't know, but I think Mike is getting like a royalty on that book. And I think he was hoping that the book would raise $1 million or close to it so that he would get a big royalty. And, you know, Eric, in my opinion, like, you know, what Eric did sabotaged Mike Barron's royalties. And I would sue. I mean, if I were Mike Barron, I would absolutely 100% sue Eric July. Like, I worked for you and signed a contract for you under the auspices that you would treat my campaign for my comic book the same way that you treated the Saska sisters, Yaira. You know, you promoted Yaira. You called it a mammoth campaign. You said it was a big deal. It was going to be your biggest book. And it ended up raising $1.4 million before you put the statues on it. And I'm sure the Saska sisters get a piece of that. Well, how come you didn't do the same for me?
So I wanted to respond to Crash Effort here. Their obsession with Eric July makes no sense. It is seemingly strange, right? They're beyond, to me at least, it looks like they're obviously jealous and are desperately trying to cling on to it in a desperate attempt to become relevant. It really is sad. Like, if the guy had done something stupid or funny, something to riff on, that's one thing. But they've just latched onto everything, trying to become, we're vocal critics of this guy and his comic book universe. Like, why do you guys give a shit? It's one thing if you see, like, dude, get a load of this guy and his stuff. He looks like such a dumbass. But it doesn't come off like that at all. It comes off as jilted jealousy. But let's let it continue here. I love the whole, I would sue him. This dude is so perfect among the people he associates with. He's so much like Juju and Balldo.
I probably got fucked out of $200,000 in royalties because, what, you just couldn't give a darn? I would sue. I think I might sue Eric July for that.
There it is.
And Mike is too nice of a guy to do that. I'm sure Mike is happy with whatever he...
I think I might sue him, actually. Like, if you're making this much, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars, why are you spending hours of your life every day live streaming, begging for money? Don't you have comic books to go work on? Things that you've promised people that you were going to finish? What are you doing sitting here on the internet panhandling? You have a fucking job to do.
He gets. But you know what? Like, if Mike was working for Eric on a royalty contingency basis, yeah, he should sue, man. He got fucked over. Because, you know, Eric should have been building up, the trailer sucked. Eric should have been building up Gooding. Like, just talking about how great it was. We're going to be launching it. It's a big campaign. This is going to be a big campaign because we got Mike Barron on it. He should have done all of that. And by the way, you know, it would have been good. It would have been good for him. It would have been good for Mike. But it does feel a little bit like sabotage. Is it personal? Did he do that because of me? I mean, that, to me, that's like highly paranoid. I don't know if, you know, I don't immediately spring to believe anything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure the
but,
world
you know,
revolves
if I'm
around
Mike
you.
Barron, you know, I don't care. I don't care. Even if he did do that, despite me, I don't care. But if I'm Mike Barron, I'm seriously looking at that and going, I should sue you because I really believe that you were negligent in promoting this book and it ended up costing me maybe 6 figures in royalties.
Oof. He didn't promote me hard enough. What a killer
It looks
argument.
like a duck. Seriously. And it does, right? It's not a campaign. It's a collection, says Hidden Hand Media, right? It's like all these other reasons, like Eric announcing all these other reasons why you shouldn't back
There's a
with the same enthusiasm as Yaira, Mike Barron's book. Oh, I got a broken website. That's another thing. Never attribute to malice that which can be explained by stupidity. Even still, if it is stupidity, that is still a reason to sue. And I'm just saying this, like, you know, I'm not saying that Mike should do this. I'm just saying that if he did sue, he would be in the right to do so.
He totally
because
could.
there is no conceivable
Wink, wink.
reason why Gooding did not sell $1 million worth of books. No reason. Okay, Mike Barron's the writer. The artist looks great. Okay, you could say, oh well, it's not a hot chick with big fake looking titties. That's true, but Alpha Core did good business, and it was mostly just 2 guys, and there's a girl in there, but it's not like she's sexualized or anything. So that's not it. Isom did great. Isom had no chicks in it. So how come Gooding? Is it because he's white?
There it is.
None of my business.
He's racist. Full fucking circle, huh? It's funny how a lot of these guys turned out. It really is fucking pathetic. Oh. At least make them fun to A-log, damn it. Yeah, I'm not really into comics. It's not my thing, so I'm not giving them my money anyway. It's not my my hobby. Yeah, that's exactly my point. EVS really fits in with these guys, doesn't he? Birds of a feather. Wasn't that the crux of their argument here with these with this, I forget the guy's name, the one voluntary reporter for Kiwi Farms. Now everybody that hates Balldo or is a Balldo criticizer. I guess you guys are all creeps now because there's this one guy that we found. I did not prepare the image that shows that this pedophile is a member of Nick's locals community, but it's out there. You can find it. Oh man, I actually have not seen that. Red Bar bullied the fuck out of a whole panel of these Comics Gates dudes, and it was hilarious. I'll have to look for that. I've been watching Red Bar off and on. I've been watching a little bit more of his content on people I don't know about. Decent background noise for when I'm doing other shit, working on stuff in the house. All right, where are we at? We're at 2.5. That means it's 3 a.m. Shit. That went by much faster than I expected it to. Shit. So I'm gonna play this again because I just love it.
Dear Josh, I'm writing you this as a friend. Missing the bond we had back then. Balldo rapping in my head. A parody of Stan, pouring my heart out like a fan. Remember the laughs, the talks we shared. How I wish you were still there. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Till we meet again. I hope you make 1 million super chats. And I won't try and obscure all the facts. I just want you to know, as my friend, that I will wear the Balldo for you until the bitter end. Peace.
Peace. Really ties it all together. Yeah, his video, was it 375? I laughed so fucking hard watching that. It made me stop cleaning or whatever the fuck it was I was doing to go sit on my couch and just watch. To watch Mike just roast Mersh. Yeah, the resemblance is uncanny, isn't it, chat? Come to think of it, it was you. Damn. Let's see, from here, I want to see if there are updates. I still can't believe that's his actual bathroom. Like, I keep thinking I'm going to find out that it's fake and look like an idiot. Oh no, that was a meme. You guys thought that disgusting fucking shower was actually his? Nah, man, I photoshopped that. I keep thinking that it's fake, but no, bro. Person with no job, he stays at home all day. He could absolutely clean up after himself. No. Nah, that's for his side piece to clean if she wants to. She doesn't have to, though. Open video in new tab. What do we have here? It's 4 seconds. Oh, Jesus. I can't stand this fucking dude. Loud equals funny, chat.
I just heard that. I go, you know, if I want answers, I really should.
That's genuine laughter from the bottom of the soul right there. Oh, whose shower? Nick Rekieta's. The chair in the shower is also weird. Just how it's also a rust color. It's really unsettling. It looks like a motherfucker was killed in there. Looks like something straight out of Silent Hill. Let's close out some of these tabs here. Yeah, I don't know if I can sit through any more of the coping and seething from these dudes. Yeah, 3 adults, and keep in mind, I don't believe any of them have a 9 to 5. So they have nothing else better to do than clean up the house. Like, think to yourself, chat. Oh, yeah. The amount of time you have to work and the time you don't get to be at home and clean. These guys had nothing else to do but sit around and clean shit. They didn't have to work a job. They had money out the ass. And coked up with energy. That's a very good point. You would think they would want to be cleaning shit. Okay, that's 30 minutes. We're not watching that. Yeah, there's a part in the from what I understand, there's a part where in the document where Rekieta also compares himself to Trump. But I think I'm good. What do you think, chat? Is it time in the night to call it? It wasn't like they were doing heroin. I mean, right? Well, I think his wife had other pills that were prescribed to her that helped her sleep, if I'm not mistaken. There's so much lore, it's difficult to keep up with all of it. Yeah, and they found ketamine in the house too, so... Right. Well, I guess we'll start it with how we, or we'll end it with how we started it, eh? We'll watch this Deus Ex stream. Or this Deus Ex intro that we played at the beginning of the stream. There we go. I can speak.
Your appointment of FEMA should...
Okay, there we go. All right, chat. Thanks for joining us here today. It was a fun little stream. I would have been awake and unable to sleep and bored, so hey, instead of tossing and turning, I brought myself in front of the computer. So thank you for tuning in tonight. Nice chatting with you all. And I believe tomorrow is the hearing. I could be mistaken, but if it is, there is a chance I'll fire up a stream in the afternoon, and we'll go over some of the things that were going on in the stream. Probably something similar to what we did tonight. No promises, but we'll see. Miss those old streams that went on for several hours. Me too, man. I was even thinking to myself, 2.5 or yeah, almost 3 hours. That's not too bad. I could probably go for another 3. I need shit to talk about beyond just this dude's court case. Then I could probably go for 6. Anyway, nice seeing everybody come in tonight. So take care. See you guys on the next one. And as we always say, be yourself, because you might find yourself by yourself, and anybody can learn from their own mistakes. But it takes a wise fella like yourself to learn from the mistakes made by others. Quick reminder, persistence always overcomes resistance. Peace. And also, peace. I know, that didn't sound quite like Nick Rekieta. Peace. And clean your bathrooms, chat. Never let them get that bad. Night, everybody.
Your appointment of FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. That the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
On that go?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience. And their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Yes, among other things. But I must admit that I've been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again, a new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings.
Or better than kings, gods.